Welcome to playoff season. 20 drivers, 8 races, 1 champion. There will be plenty of highs.
Goes high. Kevin Thompson goes high.
Kevin Thompson's got
Kevin Thompson. Kevin Thompson with a last-second move. My God, made the high side work.
A few lows.
Adam Gardner into him. That's going to bring out a caution for sure.
Oh, no.
And a whole lot of burn it down.
But Kevin Thompson, burn it down, son. If you still got any gas in that thing, my friend, burn it down.
And he is going to burn it down. Well-deserved and earned for Andrew St. Cyr. Let's see a show.
Get ready. It's playoff time at Darlington for the Group 6 Cup Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is playoff season. And I cannot think of a better place to get this started than in the heart of South Carolina. The track's still too tough to tame. The lady in black. And it is sure to be a very exciting start to our playoff season up here. As always, my name is Hunter Follen. Going to be up here with my broadcast partner, Jonathan Smith. Welcome to playoff season and welcome to the North American Specialized 250 here at Darlington Raceway in the Group 6 Cup Series on Doghouse Racing TV. Before we get into all the action, you see your drivers out there getting their practice in. They're going to need it tonight for Darlington. But before we get to all that, let's make sure we pay the bills and thank all of our wonderful sponsors who have gotten us this far into the season and will carry us home as championship is just around the corner. As mentioned earlier, this is the Group 6 Cup Series, so special thank you to Group 6 for being our series sponsor all through this year and continuing on through the finale of the season. Group 6 is a leading creative agency and they are passionate about crafting cutting-edge websites, developing dynamic web solutions, and providing top-tier managed services. Their mission is to help businesses of all sizes enhance their online presence. Explore their wide range of services at group6inc.com and see how they can drive your digital success. Special thanks to Group 6 for being the series sponsor once again this year. This is the North American Specialized 250 here at Darlington Raceway. Special shout out to North American Specialized for being our race sponsor. Tonight, North American Specialized is your one-stop shop for all freight movement needs. They are an asset-based brokerage with locations in Warren, Michigan, and Laredo, Texas, ready to move your freight big or small. From dry vans to sprinter vans and even double-drop Conestogas, you name it, they move it. Backed by experience, equipment, and excellence when it comes to freight, North American Specialized delivers. Visit them at www.naslcorp.com. We are also very proud in the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Be sure to stop by one of their West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Thank you to Shoney's for being a longtime friend and supporter of the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series. We're also very proud over here in the Group 6 Cup Series to be sponsored by Butt Kicker. If you want to take your sim racing experience to the next level, be sure you head on over to their website at thebuttkicker.com to pick up the very best in racing haptics. If you want to take your driving experience to the next level, be sure to stop by their website and pick up something today. You will not be sorry. Thank you again very much to Butt Kicker for being a longtime friend and sponsor of us over here in the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series. Well, again, what a way to start off playoff season. Darlington got that name, Lady in Black, too tough to tame. For a reason, we are sure to see a lot of challenges for these drivers out here, but they've already gone through a long season, and I'm sure that they are well and ready and able to handle any challenges that Darlington's going to throw at them tonight. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and stop my yapping. Kick it over to my broadcast partner, Jonathan Smith, to talk to us a little bit about Darlington. John, welcome to playoff season, buddy.
It does it every time.
I'm excited to be here, man. I'm trying to get my mic to work. I'm trying to get my overlays to work. iRacing with this new update kind of deleted everything, but we're here. We're ready to go. I know here at the Nap Daddy Racing side, we are fully loaded and ready for this playoff season. If you saw that promo video, I've already been corrected on it. There's not 8 playoff races. There's 10 playoff races where these drivers will get to battle it out with each other and go head to head. Top 20 drivers are in the playoffs from the season, and they are going to, there's no elimination races. It's going to be based off points. So whoever has the highest points at the end will end up catching the championship here for the Group 6 Cup Series, and couldn't be more excited. I think there's a lot of good names inside that playoff list, and while I'm talking about it, let's go ahead and pull it up for you so you can see at home just who is in this playoff side here. Looking at guys, especially like Jamie Horn, who's won a ton of races this season. Also guys like Andrew St. Cyr picked up a few wins, but mainly Adam Thompson, your winner last time here at Darlington Raceway. Looking to do a repeat here, get himself moved up in the points. Also guys like Justin McMahon, Kevin Thompson had a great season. Chris Simon getting his way up there, trying to get up to the top and get him a championship under his belt. So a lot of good racing here to come over the next 10 races, and no better place to start it out.
I really do think there is no better place to start out. Such exciting racing. It always happens at Darlington. And hey, I know you were kind of talking about it. You already got corrected. It's 10 races, not 8. But, I mean, maybe you're just a hidden marketing genius. You draw people in with 8 races. They get excited for 8 races. Bam, you hit them with 10 races. Even more excitement to be had only here live on Doghouse Racing TV. Again, thank you to everybody that's going to be joining us not only throughout the season and shown so much support for us and for these drivers, but who's continuing to join not just tonight, but throughout the rest of the season. Got 9 people out there right now, so welcome. Thank you to each and every one of you for choosing to spend some of your Thursday evening with us and these drivers. But then also, as always, make sure you leave a like on the stream. It helps out a ton. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so you don't miss any of the action that's going to be happening as we come to the close of the Group 6 Cup Series season here, and cheer on your drivers in the comments. It's one of our favorite parts of being up here in the broadcast booth, and I know the drivers love to hear their friends, family, and loved ones cheering them on as well. Wouldn't be a Doghouse Racing TV stream if we didn't already have B-Mac in the comments saying something very nice. Welcome back to Hunter and Jonathan. Hope you enjoyed a rest before the playoffs. Looking forward to another great night of broadcasting. Hoping to hear number 12 mentioned a lot. Go Team BMP. Go Andrew. B-Mac, it's always a pleasure to have you in here with us. And I'm sure you will hear number 12 mentioned a lot. The run that Team BMP has been going on here at the end of the season, not just Andrew St. Cyr, but the whole team over there, they've really pulled together really, I mean, in such an amazing way as a team here as we close out the season. I knew you were talking about it just a few minutes ago, how Adam Thompson was our winner here earlier in the year at Darlington Raceway. I can't help but think as we start to hit playoff season, you start to have a little bit of that nostalgia hitting a little bit, and you just think about all the storylines that have happened this year between the run Team BMP has gone on as the season's closed out. Christopher Simon having such a strong close to the season as well for that Shoney's racing team. Chris Leftwich bringing it home in first place last week at Daytona. Shoney's racing team been on a real run here recently as well. And you just go to the individual drivers as well. I mean, Daniel Wilkerson having to miss some races. Now he's back in here with us. Great to have him in here. Our fearless leader as always. And guys like Josh Cully, that number 88 machine. Couldn't tell you the last time I saw him qualify, but also couldn't tell you the last time I didn't see it get a top 10.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Josh Coley, one of those special guys that can definitely drive it from the back to the front. He's out here in the playoff form, ready to go. I did get into this session just a little bit earlier than usual tonight, and notice that Adam Thompson was one of the first people in this session tonight, along with Daniel Wilkerson and Jamie Horn. So those guys definitely get some extra laps, extra practice in to try to get their way to the front. And Adam Thompson out here on the track, almost first one out here on the track to start out his qualifying. I got him and Jamie Horn, Stephen Bonomo, Joe McKnight out here trying to get a good run. I would like to hop on board with him just so you can see how crazy this track is. I mean, the way you drive it, come in low, float up to the high side, and have to push it out really hard. And she is slick.
I was going to say, don't even think I'd had a chance to take a look at the track temps yet. We do have 11-mile-an-hour winds out there, so that's definitely going to make a difference at a track like Darlington. Track temp wise, what are we looking at out there? Looks like we got 74 degrees. So it's actually pretty cool for Darlington considering what it can get up to in the dead middle of the summertime out here. But in a lot of ways, they can actually make for a very different kind of race than maybe what these guys had been expecting.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys are probably going to come out here and think, I got to save tires, and you do. You still have to at 74-degree track. That does matter at a lot of tracks. At this track, I mean, the pavement is a cheese grater and a tire grater at that, and it will shred these tires up. So we see Chris Simon pulling into that 4th place position. Joe McKnight coming around 5th place, trying to improve on that time here. And speaking of BMP, Gary Clune hopping into that 5th place spot on his first lap, and he's going to try to move up a little bit higher. We'll watch as he comes around, takes the finish line here to see if he can improve to move further up into that top 5 ahead of Chris Simon.
Power move out of Gary Clune, man. I know a lot of people talk about how the first lap you try to kind of get ready, maybe warm it up just a little bit. Gary Clune's like, nah, screw that, man. I'm going out here, hot lap, lap 1. Everybody get out of my way.
Yeah.
If he's still going to bring it home in 5th place right there. Still got some other guys out on the track putting their qualifying laps in. I see number 32 machine and Joshua Hart out there coming around for his 2nd lap. It's like Richard Leclerc finishing out his 2nd lap as well.
Eric Warman with a big jump up there to the 4th place spot. Going to push Gary Clune right outside of that top 5. Chris Simon moving back to 5th. It looks like Leclerc's going to be sitting at 15th right now. Nick Atwood, I remember last time had just a little bit of trouble here early on in the race. Could not finish due to an early incident that he had. And I know he's looking out here, come out here and get some redemption with that Beast Mode team. That entire Beast Mode team is primed, ready to go, ready to show what they can do in these playoffs.
100%, man. And it's just going to be such an exciting battle out here, man. I mean, you got so many different storylines, and everything's kind of gone back and forth this whole season. I mean, Jamie Horn, real domination out of him this season. I mean, just crushed it. I think he absolutely has the most wins in the league. I cannot for the life of me remember exactly how many wins he has. I want to say it's 6 or 7 on the season. And then you have other guys who have picked up maybe 1 win or 2 wins here and there. And then, you know, like you said, Team BMP, such a big run over the back half of the season. Shoney's racing team really stepping up to the plate over the last couple of weeks. It's just going to be really exciting. All these guys are going to be battling it out. I love playoffs, man. I love playoffs. I love racing. I love competition. This put me in front of the Shoney's buffet of good times, man. This is just perfect.
What a good sponsor call there. Jamie Horn picking up 8 wins over the course of the season. Over 22 starts, he's going to win 8 of those. Right behind him was going to be Andrew St. Cyr with 2 wins, 9 podiums over 20 starts. I'm trying to see, he's got 16 top 10, so just about every time he went out, this Andrew St. Cyr is in the top 10. And behind him, also with 2 wins, Kevin Thompson. We saw him in Atlanta pick up both Atlanta's 1st and 2nd, kind of in dramatic fashion both times too. So they were teammates till the end, Kevin Thompson, Andrew St. Cyr, until that very last lap. See how that plays out here tonight as qualifying starting to wrap up. I still have guys like William McKellar, the 4th, has not entered the track yet. Bill Gentry's not going to enter. Of course, Josh Cully not going to take a qualifying lap here, and a few others. These guys are about to start gridding up, and we will get you the grid rundown as soon as some of these guys get on track after this warm-up.
I was actually going to make a comment there when you were saying that Josh Kelly, of course, not putting down a qualifying lap. Tie that into your previous comment about how Kevin Thompson, Andrew St. Cyr, teammates until the very end. We joke all the time about how I'll be your teammate. I'll be the best teammate you ever had up until the white flag flies or Jesus comes back. I think we can add or until Josh Cully puts down a qualifying lap.
Not sure if it will ever happen, but I mean, does he need it? I don't think he does.
I don't think so. Yeah, just some other notes about the race that we have tonight. As mentioned, this is the North American Specialized 250, which means we'll be doing 184 laps here at Darlington Raceway tonight. We'll be having stage breaks at lap 46 and lap 92. Once again, if this is your first time here joining us for a broadcast of the Group 6 Cup Series, we do not throw yellow flags for the stage breaks. It is just for bonus points, especially now that we are in the playoffs. Every point will matter, so I can definitely expect to see a lot of really hard racing as we come into those stages there. But other than that, everything's going to be pretty standard here. Once we announce the qualifying, I believe we had 17 drivers of our 23 put down a qualifying lap tonight. They'll obviously be on the grid in order of where they qualified. Everybody after that will be put in place by their practice time.
Chris Simon out here turning the fastest warm-up lap right now, and for an open setup league like these guys run, it's probably a good idea to have these warm-up sessions, because this is where you realize that you need to switch over your qualifying set to your race set. These guys usually, I would say 99% of them bring two sets to the races, one they're going to qualify with, and they'll switch it over to a race set that they run with, and it is not uncommon to forget to switch that setup from your qualifying to your race set between, so good to have that warm-up time as a buffer to kind of figure it out. And maybe you're turning some super fast laps and realize, oh man, I've still got my qualifying set on.
Yeah, you realize that your tires are hanging on by a thread after 10 laps. You're like, what in the world? I thought I was doing okay. Oh, qualifying set. For those of you that do not know, myself and John make up Nap Daddy Racing, and outside of the broadcasting, we do a lot of other stuff as well, including iRacing design, paint schemes, logos, car numbers, all that. But we do a little bit of driving as well. By we, I mean John does the driving, and I sit up in the spotter booth and jabber. And I cannot tell you the amount of times where we have gotten into a race and been like, oh no, the qualifying set's still on.
Yeah, it can definitely happen. The biggest difference too is going to be that the camber of the tires is really a lot more aggressive on your qualifying set. I mean, it's going to be angled a whole lot more, which gives you just a little bit more advantage going around these corners. It helps it get around the corners a little bit faster, but it's going to wear out a lot more uneven across that tire. Also take a lot less fuel too, because you want a little bit lighter of a car as you're going around, which also comes into play when you do switch over to these race setups. The car will drive just a little bit differently.
We are under a minute up here before we get going here for our first playoff race at Darlington. So don't suppose there's any better time than to go ahead and kind of call our drivers to watch for or pick your winner for tonight. You want me to lead it off, or do you want to take a stab at it tonight?
You go first.
Me go first. Alrighty. Well, I did not join the session as quick as you did, so I do not have all the knowledge of the full practice. I just have the qualifying. I'm going to cover my pick with saying that I do think that if I was actually going to put my own wallet on this, I would say Jamie Horn. Qualified first, usually races very well at Darlington. I think that he's probably your best odds to win, but I feel bad picking the person who wins the poll. Feels like a cheap bet. I'm going with Andrew St. Cyr starting in 5th place tonight. I think Andrew has been racing incredibly well this season. All Team BMP has. And Andrew's gotten a couple wins swiped from him late. I think Andrew comes out here and gets it done at Darlington.
Yeah, not a bad pick, too, considering last race here at Darlington. St. Cyr got the pole and actually led a whole lot of laps and was pulling away for a majority of the race. And we'll show a race recap here just a little bit later as we're about to get started here. But for tonight, I think I'm going to go with a repeat winner of Adam Thompson. And to make it more fun, I'm going to add... Oh, I wanted to add Chris Simon inside that top 3 as well somewhere. I kind of have a feeling it might be Jamie Horn in that top 3 or St. Cyr, but I'm going with the teammate of Kevin Thompson. So 2 Thompsons in the top 3 tonight, and I've got Adam Thompson winning it.
Adam Thompson to make it back-to-back at Darlington. Either way, it's sure to be a fun show. I know I can't wait. We are getting these guys gridded up on the track. We're getting ready to get things rolling at Darlington. Man, you could cut the tension with a knife. Or the humidity. You ever been to Darlington?
Humidity right now is actually at 95% out there, so.
God almighty.
But we can cut through it by getting through this grid here, so I want you to read them off for us.
God, good. Good one.
Good transition.
Well done. Well played. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Getting the fun stuff out of the way. Darlington Raceway, the North American Specialized 250 is about to get underway. In terms of your grid tonight, you have the number 98 machine and your points leader. And your pole winner tonight, Mr. Jamie Horn. Justin McMahon has qualified 2nd place tonight. Adam Thompson, previous winner this year in the Group 6 Cup Series at Darlington, is going to be starting in 3rd place. Eric Warman going to be starting in 4th. Andrew St. Cyr going to be starting in 5th place. Christopher Simon going to be starting 6th. Gary Clune starting in 7th place. Kevin Thompson starting in 8th. Joe McKnight going to be starting in 9th place. And Chris Leftwich in that 83 Shoney's Racing Team machine going to be rounding out your top 10. Stephen Bonomo is going to be starting in 11th. Nicholas Atwood in 12th. Zachary Miller qualified in 13th position. Tony Martin going to be starting 14th. Joshua Hart 15th. Mike Leftwich is going to be starting 16th. Richard Leclerc is going to be starting in 17th in that 117 car. And that is going to end your qualified drivers for tonight. So after that, it will roll over to the practice time, guys. So after that, it is going to go Josh Cully starting in 18th. And then after that, I believe it's going to go to William McKellar in that 13 car. Then after that, I believe we're going to Daniel Wilkerson, our fearless leader. And then it's going to be Bill Gentry, Gary Armijo, and Adam Gardner. It always shuffles it up a little funny on me there at the end for the practice times, but I think I got it right. These guys are going to go ahead, take off here and start their way behind the pace car around the track as they enter turn 1 there. We're about to get playoff season underway here. Drivers coming over the radio, wishing each other good luck, wishing them well.
We are sitting here for a second. Go ahead and pull up our keys to the race that we have before we get going green. Big thing, you got to respect the lady in black. She's slick out there. Not a lot of lanes to pass, so make sure you are finding those lanes and going to those lanes and using them wisely. High side or no side. You'll see a lot of guys ripping up that high side tonight, and that's going to be a big factor about burning tires and also burning that right front quarter panel. You will hit the wall. You will get your racing stripes tonight. And another big point, grab those playoff points early, but we are going green here as we round turn 4.
We've been waiting for it. We've been working towards it all year. Pace car is off. Go, go, go. Green flag is in the air. We are underway here at Darlington Raceway for the North American Specialized 250. Big jump out to the front by Mr. Jamie Horn. Justin McMahon falling in line right behind him with Adam Thompson keeping his 3rd spot, and you see the stack start to happen behind him.
Yeah, looked like a little bit of a slow start there out of Adam Thompson, which slowed up Andrew St. Cyr. He's actually going to lose a few spots there and a little bit of time where he should probably be a little bit closer to the front, but guys are getting a little spaced out now. Going to get some good runs in. And talk about it a few times during the season, but this is a big rhythm track. You're going to have tracks like Bristol, Dover, and Darlington are the main ones I can think of right off the top of my head that are, you kind of get to a rhythm and have to really make sure you stay in that rhythm. If you break that rhythm at all, if you hit a car, hit the wall, it might throw you off, and it's going to slow down your times until you get that headspace back clear. But speaking of headspace, we talk about Adam Thompson a lot. If this guy gets a little bit angry, expect to see him drive to the front.
It's always right after something bad's happened. Hits the wall, barely avoids the yellow, something happens, and all of a sudden you turn around and Adam Thompson's just flying at the speed of light around the track, but doing a good job right now, sitting up there in third place right behind Jamie Horn and Justin McMahon. So really quick separation of the pack here. I wonder if that was a little bit due to the slow start there. We saw the pack kind of have to catch up, but you see a big separation there between the top 5, Christopher Simon bringing up your 5th position there, Andrew St. Cyr kind of sitting by his lonesome a little bit there in 6th right now. And then you kind of go back to the rest of the pack. We're mostly driving single file there. That train's going to be led by the number 6.
Caution is out. William McKellar already towed to pit road. Trying to see if I see anybody else, but I know Gary Armijo is by him. I don't think I see any damage to that 7 car there, at least on the left side.
No, just went back and took a look. Looks like a self spin. Looks like William was up there near the wall, was trying to get it back off the wall. Looks like he almost saved it, and it just ended up spinning right in the middle of the track. So he went ahead and towed. Make sure he gets that car out of the way and onto pit road. Believing you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong here. If you do the automatic tow to pit road, that does result in a 2-minute penalty that you have to stay on pit road, correct?
Yeah, it's not going to be like an official penalty that it gives you, but it's it takes you about 2.5 minutes to tow completely to pit road. It might be 3 minutes. I could be wrong, but it's between 2 and 3 minutes. Regardless, you don't really want that to happen if you can avoid it. Sometimes it's better just to drive it back to pit road. But McKellar electing to tow that time, and we already have some guys finding their way down pit road here. Adam Gardner, Josh Cully, Bill Gentry, Gary Armijo.
Very interesting to go ahead and start seeing some guys come down pit road. I mean, I guess in their minds, nothing wrong with going ahead and topping off on fuel. I'd be very surprised to see anybody taking tires this early. But
Yeah, and I believe these guys were the guys that did not qualify to begin with, so probably just coming in, just topping off, making sure they can make a little bit longer of a run should this thing stay green. And can also just get a quick little check to see what your tires are at after pushing it a few laps.
yeah, 100%. And especially at, Darlington's, like we talked about earlier, Darlington's is going to be one of those tracks that just eats into your tires. I mean, it is going to be a race where you absolutely have to watch and kind of see where your tire wear is at. It's going to be a place where, especially with the new update, you don't feel your tire wear quite as much as you used to. So all of a sudden you can look down, your car can be driving more or less pretty fine, and then you realize you're getting that spotter call like, hey, we got to bring it in, we're about to lose a tire. But Group 6 Cup Series, Doghouse Racing League, also known for our green flag runs. And so a lot of these guys, if you're a Gary Armijo, Bill Gentry, one of these guys that was already kind of towards the back of the pack, no reason not to go ahead and get yourself 6 laps forward on fuel in case this thing does stay green. Maybe be able to long pit these guys later on in the run.
Yeah, I definitely don't hate the strategy. We actually had a strategy like that work out for us the other night pretty well. Just kind of timed it right. Make sure you got more fuel than the other guy, and sometimes it pays off. So generally for me, it does not, but I've been trying to learn from some of the guys in this league, and it has helped out a lot recently. But I know we were double filed up. Pace car is about to come in this time around. Jamie Horn is going to be your leader, electing to take that high side there.
Just heard him come over the radio say he was taking the high side. He's going to have Justin McMahon on his inside. Adam Thompson going to be restarting in third. Eric Warman in fourth. Chris Simon in fifth. Rest of your top 10 is going to be Andrew St. Cyr, Kevin Thompson, Gary Clune, Joe McKnight, and Chris Leftwich. We see that pace car make the hard left-hand turn, head back into the pits. He's going to get a chicken sandwich. These guys are headed to get back to racing. Again, huge restart out of Jamie Horn. We've seen him do that so well so many times throughout the course of the year. Looks like Eric Warman might be the one that's a little bit slow on the high side as we get restarted. We start to see that top lane sliding back just a little bit as these guys go back into single file racing. It's like the 51 of Joe McKnight. He didn't get the greatest of restarts. Looks like he might be stuck up on the high side where he doesn't want to be. Lost several positions there on that restart and still sliding back.
Yeah, we just saw Joshua Hart do this last lap as well. Jump to the bottom side, try to force that inside lane. I mean, make the guy on top of you a little bit uncomfortable. Make him ride that wall up there. He's going to get that pass.
They can get his Darlington stripe a little early. Again, we start to see kind of packs form super, super quick. Got that top 5 again out there in front. Chris Simon in 5th place. The caboose of that train right there, Andrew St. Cyr, leading the train on that next pack. 6th place, and that's going to go all the way back to about the number 90 machine of Zachary Miller. Mike Leftwich running in 16th, kind of there by himself at the end of that train. And then you go back to our 3rd pack, Richard Leclerc there at the front in 17th place. He's got Adam Gardner, Daniel Wilkerson, Josh Kelly, Gary Armijo, and Bill Gentry there behind him. William McKellar currently going to be bringing up the caboose of this train right now. We're currently running 23rd, and he is going to be your only car laps down, as he is 2 laps down.
Yeah, and Just McMahon coming out here taking the lead early on, trying to get some laps led. Maybe lead this first stage and bring home a win for Just McMahon. That would be his first win of the season. Had a lot of bad luck last time we were here at Darlington. Also ran into a little bit of bad luck. He got caught up into an accident, not even his fault at all. But I believe that was during his streak where he was, I mean, it seemed like every race something was coming for Just McMahon.
We've seen that kind of just bad luck hit drivers, man, and it's tough. We had it happen to us. It's really, really tough. Pit road update, Adam Gardner. Bring it down pit road, announcing that he's coming in over the race chat, and he's going to go ahead and bring it down pit road, and he's actually going to get down pit road, and then is actually no longer in the session. Looks like Adam Gardner going to call it a night.
Looking at these 2 different lines here ran by Just McMahon and Jamie Horn. As Just McMahon taps the wall a little bit, it's going to give Jamie Horn just a little bit of room to get underneath them and shoot that gap real low.
Jamie's going to get that spot right back. It's looking to me like people are able to run that high side, and it looks like they're able to hold it stable up there pretty well, but it looks like when people are really trying to make a pass or get a run, it looks like you're having to go to that low side.
Well, that one right there worked out very well for Jamie Horn. I'm going to see if I can cut over to his cockpit camera as he's about to enter this turn. You're going to see him enter turn 1 on the low side and then drive all the way up to the high side through the middle. Start punching it out. You might have to let off a little bit here, but as he lets off just a little bit, drops it back down low and try to get as straight of a run out as possible. And that's about the best line. That's the Darlington line that you run here. Turn 3 and 4 is just a little bit different. You can stay low if you wanted to. I always find trouble with the braking point coming through 3 and 4, especially running the high side like guys like Just McMahon is doing. But he is
punching it on the low side as well. Adam Thompson going to be able to get around Justin McMahon using that low side as well. It looks like Eric Warman's going to try to do the same thing. And he's going to actually make that happen. Justin McMahon's going to fall back to 4th.
Yeah, we saw McMahon hit the wall just a little bit earlier. I don't know if that's causing any trouble for him right now.
seen him. He's staying up there toward that high side. Again, see, he's running it pretty well up there. I mean, he ran at 29.797 that last time by. But, I mean, at this point, Eric Warman, 29.3. Adam Thompson, 29.1. Jamie Horn actually a little bit slower than that. Adam Thompson's gaining time on Jamie Horn right now. Definitely looks like Justin McMahon might have a little bit of damage, or maybe just trying to hold on. Let the tires cool back off a little bit. Bow up for a longer green flag run here.
He's kind of changed up that line he was running through 3 and 4 there too, so that might be the case. You see Simon down just a little bit lower behind him. I got Simon in my top 3 tonight. Andrew St. Cyr is still following behind Chris Simon there. Bunch of talented drivers out here in this league.
100%. And K-Doggy in the chat saying, what's up, what's up? Good to have you in here with us. I feel like the separation in this race is a lot more than it was the last Darlington race. And we've got that kind of front pack that's all running together. Then you got that second pack.
Oh, Gary Clune. Chris Leftwich. Leftwich is going to go around. Clune gets popped.
Going to get caught up in that as well. And there she is. Rearing her ugly head. Oh, guys are having to slam on brakes to get around them. They're trying to get off the track. That is going to cinch things right back up here at Darlington Raceway for the North American Specialized 250 as we have our second caution of the night here on lap 20. Gonna have to go back and check and see what happened there.
I even missed that, trying to get it right here, but a little bit of netco between both of those cars, but Chris Leftwich still floating a little high there and gets to the inside bumper of Gary Clune. And then Zach Miller gets a little bit of it there. I don't know, you said cars were slamming on brakes. We're about to see what happened here as Gary Clune tries to get back on the track. They're going to split around them there.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's too much damage on either of those cars, but still definitely going to be a hiccup in the night for these drivers. I know that both of them are hoping to have really good runs here tonight. I believe Chris Leftwich came over the radio and apologized for that one. I do think that was a lot of net code that kind of caused that one, but so now we're going to see where these guys fall on whether they want to come down pit road, whether they want to try to stay out on the track. It's definitely going to be very interesting to see where people decide to go here. Already had Gary Armijo and Bill Gentry, as well as Zachary Miller, come down pit road. Gary Clune still on pit road. William McKellar is going to be your lucky dog here. He's going to get one of his 2 laps back. We also have Adam Gardner out of the race, and Tony Martin came down pit road about 5 laps ago. He's still on pit road. So that's going to leave you with 20 cars on the lead lap and 21 drivers out on the track.
There's Chris Leftwich bringing it down pit road now. I was a little shocked to see him staying out, but again, I was thinking about it. It's like if there's anybody that would get in a wreck and stay out, it's Chris Leftwich. Like when you think guys that can just run it, don't care how it is, I'm still going to run it to the front. Chris Leftwich is definitely one of the guys that comes to mind.
No, 100%. I definitely do not expect this to be the end of the night for Chris Leftwich. do see him on pit road getting some repairs. Right now, Zachary Miller looks like he's also on pit road. Looks like he had to scooch it back on pit road just a little bit. See some tire marks in that pit road lane right there. That he just wanted it to look a little bit cooler. Not sure which.
Yeah, and our blimp cam is not going to be too nice to us tonight with all this fog settling in out here. I'm actually pretty local to this track now that I think about it.
That South Carolina humidity is thick, and these drivers are going to be trying to cut through it. Jamie Horn taking the green flag here. Lap 24 underway here in the Group 6 Cup Series in the North American Specialized 250. Big jump out of Jamie Horn again. 3 for 3 on great restarts. Adam Thompson jumping into second there, and Eric Warman and Justin McMahon going to race side by side for that third position. You can hear as these cars are starting to get back underway and get fully up to speed. You can hear these drivers that are running that high side. You can hear just that little occasional scrape of them just touching the wall just a little bit. I know we talked about it before at Darlington. Everyone always talks about the Darlington stripe being a bad thing, but there are some ways, assuming you don't care about tire wear that much, where it can actually kind of help your car rotate around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was actually just talking to somebody else about this a few days ago. Whoa. I just got a replay sound across my screen, but hopefully we're all good here. But yeah, I was just talking to somebody today about this, going to Rockingham in another league, and talking about how sometimes you can hit that top part of the wall, especially coming through 3 and 4 there. It actually kind of helps your car rotate and gets you a little bit of speed coming off, which is why in qualifying your time will be disqualified if you choose to do that. But there's a few tracks like that. I think Dover is also one of those tracks.
As long as you're careful about where you hit it, it can actually kind of help rotate you back around. Gary Clune bringing it back down pit road here, falling out of line. He's going to go start to finish up some of those repairs. He is currently going to be 3 laps down, running in 20th place. Zachary Miller still on pit road as well. He's going to be 4 laps down this time as it goes by in 21st. And oh, unfortunate to see. Like, he was trying to make sure he could get his damage repaired. I'm not sure if he wasn't able to get it done or if he had some internet issues, but it looks like Chris Leftwich has called it a night.
Yeah, for me it says he jumped to the pits, which tells me he might have something else going on there. But in the meantime, Andrew St. Cyr jumping into that 5th place spot, trying to track down Justin McMahon and get in front of him. As Chris Simon falls back to 6th place.
And I'm talking about that Team BMP work. Andrew St. Cyr up there in 5th. Kevin Thompson, Nick Atwood running 7th and 8th right now. Not a lot of drafters. Tough to kind of really do full team racing at Darlington. It's more just kind of hanging on and trying to survive. But you can block for your teammates. You can help kind of shuffle the wind around a little bit and help your guys get to where they need to be. And not a surprise at all to see 3 team BMP guys. I don't know how many times saying team BMP is going to screw me up, but I think that's number 4 on the night, but we're going to keep working on it. Speaking of number 4, you got Bill Gentry back there in 14th. He's got Gary Armijo right behind him. They're kind of making up that kind of further backpack that we've seen for most of the night. You're going to have Daniel Wilkerson back there as well. He's currently going to be running in 16th. He's going to be your last car on the lead lap right now. Surprised to absolutely no one, knocking on the door of a top 10 right now. The number 88 machine of Josh Cully started in 18th all the way up to 11th so far. That's going to make him up 7 spots on the night and currently your biggest mover out there.
Eric Warman has gotten around Adam Thompson while we were doing our little walk through there for 2nd place. I was just about to mention earlier, Eric Warman looks mad fast tonight. Man on a mission. He is in the playoffs looking to get his championship here for the Group 6 Cup Series. And you only got 10 races to do it, and I know we talked about some of our key points tonight. You really got to capitalize on every opportunity you get to get some points. Whether that be stage points, finishing higher up in the stages, not wrecking out of races, you know, trying to avoid the big ones. But Eric Orman definitely getting it done here tonight.
100%. And exactly to that point, I mean, Darlington's not an easy race or an easy track to pass at. When they call her too tough to be tamed for a reason. So, I mean, any opportunity you can take to move up a position, you got to take it. I mean, it's going to be a really tough track to, your mind tells you that we want to sit back, we want to save tires, we want to do this, that, and the other. But when it comes down to the end of the race, and especially if you've been going on a long green flag run, you don't have much tires left under you anyways. It's really tough to justify not taking a position when you can get it, especially as we are only 12 laps away from our first stage. There's our first opportunity for big points for these drivers here tonight.
Still got JB Horn out here at a 6/10 second lead. Kind of just holding it down, making sure he keeps that pace up.
We were talking about a man on a mission just a second ago. Andrew St. Cyr has gotten around Justin McMahon. Justin McMahon going to go back to 5th, and Andrew St. Cyr up into 4th place now. He's trying to get around Adam Thompson, who's done a really great job of hanging on to 3rd place pretty much all night long. Did see him get a little loose 2 laps ago and hit the wall maybe a little bit harder than we've seen some of these guys hit it tonight. Allowed Andrew St. Cyr to get just a little bit closer there.
Yeah, St. Cyr is pulling in every single lap. He's going to go ahead and take that inside away there. Pull on around.
Heard Adam come over the radio and say that he was actually going to let Andrew get around there. I think things are getting maybe a little bit loose for Adam Thompson there, and he'd rather focus on make sure that he keeps them all 4 tires on the track and keeps the car out of the weenie stand on turn 4, rather than try to battle Andrew St. Cyr for 3rd place right now.
Yeah, and sometimes battling can also wear your tires out a lot too, so it's just better to give up a spot and then try to waste tires to hold somebody off or race side by side. And it's just some decisions you have to make. Trying to see where our more closer battles are. Kevin Thompson, Nick Atwood.
Big wobble out of Justin McMahon there, got him into the wall. Like you said, you saw Kevin Thompson looking to the inside of Christopher Simon. He's looking like he's trying to make a move, and I think Nick Atwood's trying to be right behind him.
2 BMP teammates trying to follow suit with Andrew St. Cyr up front. The other teammate, Gary Clune, still down pit road right now in 20th place, involved in that accident earlier with Christopher Leftwich. Chris Leftwich has called it a night so far. I think he's actually done for the night. I believe he's not coming back.
Yeah, it looks like Zachary Miller has actually gone ahead and decided to call it a night as well. Involved in that caution you saw back on lap 20. That's going to leave you with 17 cars out on the track. Daniel Wilkerson in 16th place, going to be your last car on the lead lap. William McKellar going to be 1 lap down. He's going to be running there right in front of Daniel Wilkerson. Richard Leclerc is 9 laps down currently. He is sitting on pit road. He's going to be at 18th. And drivers who have called it a night include Chris Leftwich, Gary Clune, Zachary Miller, Tony Martin, and Adam Gardner.
I just see Josh Culley get around Steven Bonomo there. He's going to be falling into that 10th place spot. Josh Culley's now up 8 spots tonight, moving on back a little bit. Mike Leftwich riding out there in that 8 machine, the Shoney's 8. It's a nice looking car there, that Shoney's car. Behind
his team always turning up with good paint jobs.
Oh yeah, I love Christopher Simon's car too. That red and white, man, that's so clean. I mean, there's just, I don't know how to explain it because it sounds bad when I explain it. Because I explain, I'm like, that's a very plain car, but I like it. Like how clean that car looks. Like it does not need anything else to it.
It's classic. It's perfect.
Exactly.
I mean, we're here at Darlington, man. This is playoff race, and this is classic. Gotta love it, NASCAR in every way possible. You see those, like, kind of like you said, the classic red and white Shoney's car out there. I mean, if you just don't hear someone yelling, "Gentlemen, start your engines," and like the smell of a Marlboro Red, that's exactly what that is. That is Americana at its finest.
Looks like Kevin Thompson going to try for that inside. He might try to shoot the gap here. I don't know if he will. But speaking of classic cars, I do want to jump back here to our featured driver of the night, Joe McKnight, in the mellow yellow car, 51. He's currently sitting in 13th place, down 4 spots, looking to change up his luck over this course of the race as we are about to approach the end of this stage.
And some other guys to keep an eye on as well. I mean, they might be a little bit further back in the pack right now, but they're still up positions. Bill Gentry, who's been having an awesome end to his season here. Currently running 14th. He's up 6 spots from where he started in 22nd. Gary Armijo, even though he has dealt with some of the cautions and some of the trouble here that's going to come at Darlington, he's still up 8 spots as well. Starting 23rd up to 15th.
Kevin Thompson still trying to make that pass there.
That's exactly what I was going to jump to, was Kevin Thompson still trying to get around Christopher Simon. Christopher Simon been having a really great close to his season and notoriously tough to pass, even for a really skilled driver like Kevin Thompson. You know that Nick Atwood's back there trying to get around as well. Justin McMahon doing a really good job there, holding on to 5th place as well. As we are getting ready to come around the turn on lap 46, which is going to signal the end of our first stage here tonight at Darlington Raceway for the North America Specialized 250. Again, there will not be any sort of caution or yellow flag thrown for this stage. It is just for bonus points. Every point matters, as this is the start of playoff season. And your first stage is going to go to Mr. Jamie Horn. Pretty much gone wall to wall here tonight so far. He's going to pick up the most bonus points for that stage win. Everyone in the top 10 is actually going to receive some bonus points there. So for guys like Josh Culley or Joshua Hart that have had to drive up from outside the top 10, they're going to get some bonus points there. And then props to guys like Andrew St. Cyr for driving up from where you're falling back, get some extra points. And Adam Thompson, Justin McMahon, seen both of them kind of battling to keep the tires under them here tonight, but they're doing a really great job maintaining their positions. But as I say that, Kevin Thompson has not only gotten around Christopher Simon, he's going to be trying to get around the 24 of Justin McMahon, and Nick Atwood's right behind him.
Yeah, I saw those two teammates work together to go underneath Chris Simon. And when one car passes you on the low side, man, it just opens the door of opportunity for more cars to keep coming around. That's exactly how these two teammates are working together here to get around.
And did you see that? It was kind of slick right there. Kevin Thompson getting up there on that high side. And he was kind of right up there on that front bumper of Justin McMahon. So not only was Justin McMahon not able to get down to where he wanted to go to run his line and getting in the way of Nick Atwood, but he actually had to kind of whoa up for just about a half a second for Kevin Thompson in front of him. We talked about earlier, it's tough. It's not your traditional team racing. There's no drafting at Darlington. But still seeing teammates find a way to work together there to move up a position.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that a little earlier too. There's not a draft here. I mean, there is maybe a little bit. You're more or less punching holes through the air, but a lot of what you're going to see, if you're going to see teammates work together, is boxing somebody in or boxing somebody out. Just creating these little boxes around them, make the driver very uncomfortable, which allows other people to pass or allows your teammate to come right behind you. Just as you saw there with Kevin Thompson, Nick Atwood now currently sitting 5th and 6th. Justin McMahon falling back to 7th place. Chris Simon back to 8 and looking to chase down Justin McMahon.
Speaking of boxes, man, Jamie Horn building a box around the rest of the field and himself up there in first place. He is absolutely taking off now. Put himself over 1 second of a lead here over Eric Warman. 1.2 seconds of a lead right now. Eric Warman still sitting there in second for right now, but Andrew St. Cyr is a man on a mission right now. Looks to the high side there. Trying to figure out how to get around the number 31 of Eric Warman. Hadn't figured that one out yet, but just about 3 seconds behind them. Adam Thompson still sitting in fourth, but Kevin Thompson already up to the bumper of Adam Thompson. Kevin Thompson about 0.2 faster than Adam Thompson that last lap. Andrew St. Cyr gonna get around the number 31 of Eric Warman. But last lap by, Jamie Horn still setting the standard in terms of speed on the track. Andrew St. Cyr only 3/100ths faster than Jamie Horn that last lap.
Oh, I am like locked in trying to see these deltas and what's going to happen here since St. Cyr has gotten around Warman. Sometimes when you see a guy pass somebody like that and there's a big gap, you might realize that like Andrew St. Cyr was a lot faster, might have been just been held up. But we will see over the next few laps if he decreases that gap between him and Jamie Horn.
Very curious to see how that goes, because at least from what I'm looking at, that last lap by Jamie Horn, 29.37. Andrew St. Cyr, 29.45.
Let's see if we pull up the sectors there for you. Now, on that last lap they just got done there, looks like Horn was a little bit faster by about 5/100ths around both sides of the track. And Andrew St. Cyr faster this lap here so far. Sector 1 will be turns 1 and 2, and Sector 2 will be turns 3 and 4. You can see just how fast you are around certain halves of the track. Yeah, St. Cyr's got some speed here going.
Did turn it on a little bit that last lap. 29.4 for Jamie Horn. 29.2 for Andrew St. Cyr, getting 0.2 back there. Still got a long ways to go, about 1.4 seconds behind Jamie Horn, but still plenty of time. Team BMP still moving forward as you see Kevin Thompson get around Adam Thompson right there. That is the battle for fourth place. Going to see if Nick Atwood's going to be able to try to make that move and follow behind his teammate, just like he did earlier.
I got Daniel Wilkerson on pit road for kind of an extended amount of time here.
Looks like he's been down there for about 4 laps now. Oh, trouble in the backstretch. Number 32 is in the wall. That is Joshua Hart. Looks like him and Bill Gentry got together.
Green flag is still out. Steve Bonomo going to take full advantage of this and get around, move up into 9th place. And then rips the wall for good measure to make sure he stays on the inside of that track. Just to make sure the walls are still working.
Joshua Hart had looked like a pretty decent lick of the wall there. Unfortunate for him as he was inside the top 10. Bill Gentry run well tonight, but currently going to be running 15th, 2 laps down. Joshua Hart going to have to bring it down pit road. I believe he's going to have some damage on that right front that he's going to have to deal with.
I believe Gary Armijo just jumped to the pits as well.
I believe you're correct there as well. I know he's still got some damage he's trying to get repaired from those earlier cautions. Kevin Thompson taking off a little bit from Adam Thompson there. He's trying to get up and challenge Eric Warman for 3rd place. Nick Atwood not able to get around Adam Thompson so far. Adam doing a really good job of maintaining his spot there. Someone else in a surprise to no one that is on the move right now. Josh Coley now in 8th place, continuing to move his way forward.
Let's see if we can cut back to this wreck really quick here. What happened with Joshua Hart. Looks like Bill Gentry just got on the inside of him. Don't want to keep you there on a replay too long. So we get back to our live stream here. On lap 62, Jamie Horn still got that lead. Kind of stopped out the gain from Andrew St. Cyr. Kept it to about a 1.4 second difference here.
Jamie's just been doing such a good job of maintaining up there in first place. I mean, you talked about it at the beginning of the race. I mean, Darlington is a rhythm track. You got to stay in the rhythm. You can't break it. That's when bad things start to happen. And I don't know if there's anyone better at maintaining a rhythm during a race than Jamie Horn.
Now, we've already seen Justin McMahon come down pit road, so he is doing a little bit different of a pit strategy.
I was going to say, I've also got Mark Bates in the comments right now saying, let's go Adam T, pulling for Adam Thompson to get his second win this year at Darlington. Been running a really good race. Currently sitting in 6th place. I was going to say, if we could pull up the kind of pit road graph, that would be awesome, because I'm not 100% on where everyone is on their pit road strategy. I know no one in the top 10 has brought it down just yet. I think it's top 10 up hasn't gone in and top 10 back has, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
You are absolutely right, with the exception of Josh Cully, who pitted on lap 6. So still about on the same strategy, in all honesty there, but looks like everybody else has brought it down from 11th on back. Just McMahon bringing it down lap 55. Bill Gentry been down about 3 times now. Joshua Hart lap 59. He has some damage to repair. And Mike Leftwich on lap 59 as well.
Love it when an absolutely random guess turns out to be right and makes me look like a professional. And then I just go and ruin it by admitting that I did that.
Nah, you knew it all along.
Knew it all along. Had it in my back pocket. Racecraft, baby. But speaking of racecraft, it looks like Nick Atwood has actually been able to complete his pass around Adam Thompson. That's going to move Adam Thompson back to 6th place. And he's got Christopher Simon knocking on the door now, trying to get that position away from him. I know these guys have got to be coming up on their pit road window. I know guys like Josh Cully would have a little bit longer, if nothing else, got a little bit more gas to be able to continue the run. But I think these, as far as these other guys, they're going to have to be bringing it down soon to get some fresh shoes on that thing and some gas.
Yeah, and that's Andrew St. Court and Steve Bonomo bringing it down right now, actually, as you say that. So Andrew St. Court not gaining any more time on the leader, Jamie Horner, decides to bring it down just a little bit early.
I think that's a great strategy out of him. I mean, like you said, at that point, wasn't gaining any time. In fact, I believe the past couple laps, he was actually losing a little bit of time to Jamie Horn. He went ahead and decided to bring it down. Jamie Horn going to go ahead and bring it down as well.
What a defensive move by Jamie Horn there.
Yeah, that's just, again, racecraft. That's good knowledge right there. You see the guy behind you makes the correct decision. I'm not gaining any time. I'm actually starting to lose a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and go use my strategy later in the race. Jamie Horn's like, all right, well, screw that. I'll just go ahead and bring it down myself.
Yeah, it seems like we've seen this game of chess play out between Jamie Horn and Andrew St. Court this entire season, and it's going to continue here in the playoffs. See who's going to be the winner at the end of these 10 races. And I'm excited for it.
Buddy, I am too. Jamie Horn already off the pit road. Adam Thompson spinning the wheels, getting it back out there. Chris Simon was running 4th. He's going to be bringing it down right now. Eric Warman brings it down onto pit road. That's going to put Kevin Thompson in your race lead right now. About 3 seconds behind him, he's going to have Nicholas Atwood. Chris Simon brought it down. Josh Cully bringing it down right now. I believe other than Kevin Thompson, that is actually going to complete our green flag stops. Nicholas Atwood locking it up to bring it down pit road. Big slide off of that left rear tire as he tries to get it slowed down to get it on the pit road. Kevin Thompson still out there putting down laps.
I mean, Kevin Thompson looked very, very fast at the end of this run, too, that they just had last little part of the stint. He was passing cars and, making lanes for himself. So not really surprised to see him stay out a little bit longer, see how far he can push it. He feels good on old tires, and why not go a little bit longer if you were gaining time before?
No, 100%. And if you still got the juice, go ahead and let it eat a little bit. especially when last lap did a 29.584. I saw people running 29.58 20 laps ago.
Yeah, it makes me think that he was just saving a whole lot before this.
Which is crazy because he was flying.
Which also makes you think he's going to be very dangerous here at the end of this race, as we are approaching almost to the halfway point here in a few laps. I believe we have a stage break at 92.
92 for those bonus points again. We have been green flag racing since lap 20 had those 2 cautions in the first 20 laps. Ever since then, we have been running straight green flags. Again, we are doing 184 laps tonight here in the North American Specialized 250. Again, shout out to all of our sponsors for making this thing possible. Group 6 for being our Cup Series sponsor, North American Specialized for being our race sponsor. And also a big shout out to Shoney's and Butt Kicker for being the longtime sponsors as well. I love how you can see all the sponsors' logos on these cars out here. Love the guys out here supporting their league. Just really cool stuff, man. And then shout out to everyone at home as well. We got 14 people in the stream right now. Thank you to each and every one of you for choosing to spend some of your Thursday night here with us. I appreciate it. John appreciates it. And these drivers appreciate it. Thank you for the love you show in the comments, for liking, subscribing, and all that good stuff. It means a lot to us. I know there's other things to do on your Thursday evening. I know there's some college football on. I know there's some NFL football on now. Which, for anyone that cares, the Packers currently have a 7-0 lead on the Washington Commanders. I have Jaden Daniels in my fantasy league, so that's not concerning to me whatsoever.
And there is a battle going on for second place between Andrew St. Cyr and Jamie Horn. St. Cyr currently in second, getting the better of that pit road strategy right now and trying to hold off Jamie Horn, make him burn up as much tire as possible back there. But Jamie Horn also trying to do the same thing and put the pressure on, as he's been trying to make some passes.
And Kevin Thompson finally bringing it down pit road. Kind of love this strategy out of him. I mean, we saw he was pretty much into pit road entrance by the time that Jamie Horn and Andrew St. Cyr even got to him. He's not going to lose as much time on this pit stop as long as he can get down there successfully, as a lot of these other drivers might be wanting for him to lose. And oh, it was unfortunately not the best stop for Kevin Thompson. Saw him have to back it up off of that white line. That's going to cost him a couple of seconds.
Jamie Horn's kind of backed off here, but look in the distance. It's Eric Warman.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Eric Warman.
That man is fast right now. He was gaining some time just a little earlier here. He's watching these two guys battle up front, waiting for any slip that he can make a move and drive up there to him.
I know they're dealing with some lap traffic out there. Andrew St. Cyr 29.27 last lap. Jamie Horn 29.102. Eric Warren 29.03 last lap, and he was in the 28th the lap before that.
Jamie Horn's going to get boxed in here. Going to give a little push to Mike. Mike's going to actually box in Andrew St. Cyr. We got some racing.
We have got some.
Oh!
Andrew St. Cyr, big slide.
I don't think that was a tap at all. I think that was him getting arrow loose with Jamie Horn pulling up to his back bumper.
Just heard Jamie Horn over the radio. I swear I didn't touch him.
I don't think he did, as we'll try to go back to this really quick here.
Adam Thompson sliding. Adam Thompson in the wall.
And I missed it. Adam Thompson is around on the front stretch. No caution.
I was about to make a comment. I was about to Little surprising to not see a caution there. I mean, he had spun out right in the middle of the track. These cars are going to be coming in fast as he's still trying to get it back up to speed. I was about to make a comment. He had made a joke right as Jamie Horn came over the radio and said, I didn't touch him.
Oh, Bill Gentry.
Bill Gentry really loose. He's trying to get it back up the track. He's got to get it caught. Good Lord.
Things are heating up.
Literally, I just cut back to Adam Thompson. Because when Jamie Horn said, I swear I didn't touch him, Adam Thompson comes over the radio in a very Adam Thompson fashion and said, well, you can touch me. And I was like, that was funny. Let me go see what Adam Thompson's doing. Hitting the wall, unfortunately. Really disappointing to see that for Adam Thompson, though, was going for his second win at Darlington this year. Had a really great race car all night long.
Hey, do not count him out now.
Yeah, he's angry now.
This could be the push Adam Thompson needs tonight.
To use his words, this is not me making a joke. This is his words. He said that Jamie Horn could touch him. Jamie Horn didn't, but the wall did. So now maybe he's angry. I'll actually go ahead and make a call right now. Adam Thompson is currently one lap down and in 12th. Adam Thompson will finish better than 8th tonight.
I love that call. What a bet. And I can't say that here.
Yep, nope, not that one. YouTube hates that word.
Yeah. YouTube does not like it if you were to use your income to make predictions about sports.
In hopes that if your prediction goes correctly, you would receive more income.
Yes, they do not like that, and they do not like us talking about it. So we'll leave it right there. But I really want to go back to that wreck, but Eric Warman able to gain 2 seconds, about a second and a half, a little bit more now at this point, on Andrew St. Cyr and Jamie Horn throughout all that. And St. Cyr has pulled right back up to Jamie Horn. I really want to go back to see that.
Yeah, Adam Thompson, or Andrew St. Cyr got an absolute rocket ship right now, able to fully recover from that really big slide. Honestly, wildly impressive that he was able to save that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He pulled right up to his bumper, man. It just got him loose. These new cars, or the cars since the update, they do that in the next gens. If you get too close to somebody's bumper, it can get them really loose in front of you, and it almost feels like somebody hit you from behind. We saw that with Justin McMahon at Daytona 2 weeks ago. Going back here to Adam Thompson.
He's now on pit road, by the way, getting some damage repaired.
Oh, that's a hard hit there.
I know I saw him go around. I didn't quite see the impact very well, but that actually might be kind of tough. I'm guesstimating that at probably 4 minutes of damage.
He's going to have a time down there on pit road, and I know his crew is going to be working very hard to get him back on the track. But that was a hard hit directly to the nose of that car. But we got some racing going on, and also more racing going on. Justin McMahon, Kevin Thompson putting on a show. Justin McMahon gets a little loose. The same thing that happened to Andrew St. Cyr there.
Yeah, man, the aero flow tonight is crazy.
We will check in with Ollie with the weather update, as we still got 10 mile/hour winds here. I was going to see if the wind might be influencing it, but it's been about the same. But I think it's just this update, man, with these cars. If you pull it to the back bumper, it seems like it gets it a little bit loose.
And with Ollie for the weather. How's the weather out there, Ollie? It's thick!
It is thick at 95% humidity still. Track temp still sitting at 74 degrees, 69 degree ambient temperature outside, which I believe is about how it is outside for real right now.
I know you and I both make our residence in the Carolinas, mine in the northern version, you in the southern version, and as nice as it's been the last couple days here, it's still been thick out. It's just, thank God, not been 9,000 degrees as well. But unfortunate news for the race fans. Adam Thompson going to be calling it a night here, unfortunately. Mark Bates had just put in a comment saying, Adam T, stop giving him a head start. Code 3, baby. I don't know which code that is, but Adam has called it a night now at this point. That is going to give you 9 drivers on the lead lap, with your last driver on the lead lap being Steven Bonomo. About 24 seconds off pace. He's only got about 5 seconds before he's in lap trouble there. Bill Gentry currently going to be your first car a lap down. He's worked his way up from 22nd to 10th. Then we're going to have 3 cars a lap down. Bill Gentry, Mike Leftwich, and Joe McKnight. Adam Thompson called it a night, so he will unfortunately start to fall down further in the rankings. Joshua Hart, 14 laps down, currently running in 14th. 16 laps down is going to be Gary Clune running 15th. And then everyone from that point on is either going to be on pit road currently or out of the race, which is going to include William McKellar, Gary Armijo, Daniel Wilkerson, Richard Leclerc, Chris Leftwich, Zachary Miller, Tony Martin, and Adam Gardner.
How long we been friends now?
10 years.
And you still don't know what code 3 is? Kind of more ashamed of myself at that point.
See, I don't know if I'm stepping in something here, because I know I've heard a lot of codes where something's going on, but I also know that it could just be saying that you need to go number 2.
I believe he is referencing code 3, which is lights and sirens in the first responder community.
Aha.
Also, a lot of, I guess, I don't know if this is completely universal, but the 3 states I've worked 1018 for emergency traffic. He needs code 3 1018 ASAP. But he is.
Means lights and sirens, and there's an emergency.
Yeah, he is going to be end of shift right now, as he is going to be out of this race. 1041 for Adam Thompson here.
Unfortunate there. So if that's all official and above board, what's the code for you got to use the bathroom really bad? Those gas station hot dogs, they're hitting bad. It's 2 in the morning. You had a gas station hot dog and 3 white monsters.
It is actually different from each state. For that, there is actually a code for that, that you can call over the radio, and it is different for each state. I know in Florida, they literally just said code brown over the radio.
That's the most Florida thing I've ever heard in my life.
That was literally it. I forgot. You can also just say you're delayed for facilities if you wanted to, but
Boring.
I'm trying to think what Virginia was. Virginia, we had one. I forgot.
I was going to say someone who is not experiencing any delays, though. Jamie Horn, right back out to a over 1 second lead over Eric Warman, or excuse me, over Andrew St. Court and Eric Warman, who are running one after the other there in second and third. They've got the 32 machine right there of Joshua Hart. He's several laps down, but currently running very well up there with the front of the pack. 4th place is Christopher Simon. He's going to be 11 seconds back. Kevin Thompson and Nick Atwood are 5th and 6th. They're 12 and 13 seconds back, respectively. Justin McMahon in 7th is 19 seconds behind. Josh Cully running in 8th, up 10 spots where he started in 18th. He's going to be 20 seconds back. Steven Bonomo, 26 seconds off the pace in 9th. And then again, your first car that is a lap down is going to be Bill Gentry running 10th. He is also your biggest mover for the night.
Steven Bonomo holding on to that 9th place spot there in the number 9 car, that Dexter's Laboratory Cartoon Network car. Love to see it. That's a nice looking machine with the Ziploc logo on the side.
While we have been here jabbering, we did work our way past the halfway point here. We had our halfway point of the race. Lap 92 was our second stage for the night. Again, no yellow flags, no cautions for our stages, just bonus points. Again, Big bonus points going to go to Jamie Horn, Andrew St. Cyr, and Eric Warman. Rest of your top 10 is Chris Simon, Kevin Thompson, Nick Atwood, Justin McMahon, Josh Cully, Steve Manomo, and Bill Gentry would have been in 10th place and gotten those bonus points, but Joe McKnight has actually gotten his way around and has taken the 10th place. Good to see Joe back up there, getting back into 10th place. Had a really fast car tonight. Qualified in 9th, been running well tonight. Saw a little slide out of him in the beginning. Fell back to, I believe, about 14th or 15th and able to work his way back into the top 10. Most importantly, now in that lucky dog spot.
Yeah, and I just had a friend text me about this. I said 1041 for Adam Thompson. Yeah, he is 1041 beginning his shift in the garage to fix that car up. That is beginning of service there, beginning of duty.
Put down the steering wheel and pick up the wrench and get back to it next week. Which, again, as a reminder to everyone, make sure that you like and subscribe. Liking the stream helps out the channel a lot, helps support the boys, helps us reach out to sponsors and justify our existence and all that sort of fun stuff. But helps us grow the channel a lot more, so we appreciate all the likes. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss a single second of the action, be sure that you subscribe to the channel as well. We are in the midst of playoff season here. This is our first race of 10 for our playoffs. Again, this is the North American Specialized 250 here at Darlington Raceway. We will be right back here live on Doghouse Racing TV next week for the NASCAR Trackside Outlet 150 at Worldwide Technology Raceway, otherwise known to most as Gateway.
Yeah, cool to see Trackside NASCAR Outlet getting on that sponsorship for next week. Trackside NASCAR sponsors the ARCA series for this league here. It's run on Tuesday nights on Intensity Broadcasting. And they have got a large inventory of all diecast I say diecast models first because that's what my eye goes to, but all your NASCAR collectibles that you can find and sign things, autograph things, vintage stuff. Be sure to check out NASCAR Trackside Outlet. Pretty sure you can find it on the side of Kevin Brown's car on Tuesday nights. If you come check in with us next Tuesday night, we'll be racing at Texas, starting at 8 o'clock on Intensity Broadcasting. But yeah, Trackside's definitely got my money.
I believe they're a, what is it, a Lionel dealer?
They are an official Lionel dealer. Which for those who collect diecast cars, it's kind of the brand that you have to go with right now. Lionel has the license for the diecast right now for NASCAR. And we went to the Lionel store there in Charlotte. Man, they have a wide selection too.
Wide selection of cars, wide selection of trains too, if that's your thing. They're big fans of trains over there.
But if you just like NASCAR, speed, racing, and all that good stuff that's American, NASCAR Trackside Outlet is where you need to go. And also they offer a lot of deals. I picked up a, I think one of, I can't say the ratio right, 1/24th size model. I think it was like $30, man. It's almost 50% off.
You gotta love a good bargain.
Yeah, they always have good deals like that. And trying to get a good deal here is Kevin Thompson as he's looking to make a pass under Chris Simon. Can't close the deal yet. Hits the wall a little bit coming out of turn 2. Going to try his hand again these next couple of turns. He definitely has a fast car here tonight.
100%. And then again, we got some, looks like we had some lag out issues there. I was about to say we had Steve Bonomo go a lap down. He was in 9th place, giving us 8 cars on the lead lap. Jamie Horn had just gotten his way around Steven there. Steven looks like he's having some internet issues right now, kind of glitching out a little bit on the screen.
Yeah, and
hopefully his internet can catch up here.
There you go. It's the first time I'm able to pick him up.
And that's definitely something to keep an eye on too. I mean, his internet might stabilize, and he's still, in his view, he probably looks perfectly fine, but that can cause a little bit of chaos on the rest of the track, especially as you got guys like Andrew St. Cyr and Eric Warman who are trying to make their way up to the bumper of Jamie Horn. Jamie has a 1.7 second lead over Andrew St. Cyr. He's about 2.5 over Eric Warman. 29.6 for Jamie Horn that last lap by. Same for Andrew St. Cyr, and same for Eric Warman, a little bit longer for Eric Warman with a 29.695, but still maintaining there very, very well. Andrew St. Cyr looking like he's getting a little bit loose right there. So will these guys need to pit again as we're looking here? Lap 113 of 184. Will they need to bring it down again? I'm assuming that everyone will have to bring it down at least one more time.
Yeah, I was just looking at that a second ago. Looks like Kevin Thompson's the only one able to push it 77 laps. He just gets around Chris Simon there for that fourth place spot and already gaining half a second on the leader. Other guys like Jamie Horn pushing about 68 laps. Same thing for Andrew St. Cyr, who's on about the same pit cycle, maybe a lap ahead. But definitely going to have to pit at least one more time throughout this run. And I got my eyes on Kevin Thompson as he's already made up half a second, still trying to push the envelope a little bit and move his way back up to the front.
100%. Jamie Horn getting around the number 8 machine of Mike Leftwich there, and he is going to be putting him another lap down. Something to keep your eye on. Jamie Horn, 29.637 last lap. Andrew St. Cyr, 29.75. Eric Warman, 29.63. Kevin Thompson, 29.44. Kevin Thompson, again, starting to show off some of that long run, late in the run speed, as he was 0.2 faster than your leader that last time by.
I believe Justin McMahon bringing it down pit road now, coming just a little bit early. I think he pitted early before.
He did as well. Nick Atwood getting to the wall a little bit right there. He kind of got stuck up there. Probably spent a little bit longer on the wall than he wanted to. Or maybe he's just trying to add to the Darlington stripe.
Yeah. It makes a better die-cast car that you can pick up from Trackside NASCAR Outlet.
Golly, good work.
Got to get the plugs in. They're an easy company to rep for, to shout out to, man. They you can't 50% off.
But as we're talking about late run speed and starting to gain on the leaders, Kevin Thompson whips it down pit road.
Check back in with him in just a second to see if he's going to get a better pit stop than last time. I think that's what killed the run during his first stop. He would have been a lot closer to the front, but I know he had that issue, maybe overrunning the pit box just a little bit. As he comes in, slides it in. Looks like a good stop for Kevin Thompson there.
Yep, much better work this time. Didn't have to slow it down at all. So number 51 car right there, that's Joe McKnight. He was currently running in 9th place, is also going to be bringing it in as well.
I see Josh Cully bringing it down right now. Jamie Horn bringing it down pit road. Going earlier than St. Cyr this time.
Jamie Horn trying to switch the strategy up a little bit. Going to go ahead and bring it down as we are on lap 118 of 184. Next time by, going to be only 64 laps to go. Only 2 cautions here tonight at Darlington Raceway. A lot of close calls. But we got our 2 cautions out of the way in the first 20 laps. And since then, it has been green flag and strategy racing for these guys out here. Mostly dominant night by Jamie Horn. But we have seen some flashes out of those Team BMP guys. Andrew St. Cyr currently leading this race. And Kevin Thompson been showing some flashes of brilliance, especially late in the run. Before he brought it down pit road, there was 0.2 faster than the leader, but wanted to go ahead and get the new shoes on it and try to get out there and burn it down with about 60 laps to go.
Yeah, Nick Atwood still hanging around here. That BMP team in 4th place. Not quite up to the front pack as he would like to be right now, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him bring it down soon. Looks like the car's getting a little tight coming around these corners as he's trying to push it up there.
Be very curious to see kind of what the rest of the strategy is for these leaders at this point. There's only 4 cars on the lead lap. Like you said, Nick Atwood maybe not quite where he wants to be in terms of how close he is to that lead pack. 16 seconds behind his teammate Andrew St. Cyr right now. Chris Simon about 9 seconds. Eric Warman now right on the bumper of Andrew St. Cyr. Andrew St. Cyr coming over the radio saying that he is going to be bringing it down this next time by. Eric Warman goes around Andrew St. Cyr on the high side as Andrew St. Cyr goes ahead and brings it in. That is going to leave Chris Simon out there on the track. I was going to say Nick Atwood. Nick Atwood makes the left turn to bring it down pit road.
Ooh. Eric Warman pops the wall there. It's a good job by Joshua Hart to get around him there on the low side.
Unfortunate night for Joshua Hart. I mean, currently running 14 laps down. Sitting in 13th spot. Absolutely had a top 10 car. Here tonight, he had qualified in 15th. Was well into the top 10. Him and Josh Cully were both moving their way forward really, really well. I believe Joshua was 7th and Josh was 8th. We had that unfortunate collision with Bill Gantry earlier on in the race. Set up several laps back.
Watching a little battle right here between Chris Simon. Chris Simon into the wall. Justin McMahon's going to be able to get around. That pass is not going to be for position, though, as McMahon is 2 laps down. Chris Simon, your last car on the lead lap. The only other car on the lead lap at this point. But both of those guys do have to pit.
Eric Warman and Chris Simon, the last bastions of the long run out there at this point at Darlington. We're on lap 125 here. Getting ready to be lap 126. Going to take us under 60 laps to go. I don't know why I couldn't do math there for a second.
I mean, technically, these guys could push it a little bit longer than what they have now, almost to lap 140 if they wanted to. But then you have to leave enough time to catch up, and you know that St. Cyr and Jamie Horn and Kevin Thompson all have fresh tires back there, all lurking a lap down. They'll get their lap back, and you have to try to catch up with them after that.
I mean, it just becomes such a weird strategy at this point, too, because, I mean, you have to consider, if you're Eric Warman, like you said, be able to get the fresh tires. You know you're going to be able to catch up to these guys, especially in the long run, but do you have enough time to actually run them down using those fresh tires, especially when you consider you got guys like Jamie Horn, Andrew St. Cyr, Kevin Thompson, Nick Atwood, and Josh Cully, who are very good long-run drivers. And if I don't know this for a fact, but I would have to assume they're probably not going quite as hard as they could right now, knowing that Eric Warman and Chris Simon still have to come down.
Trying to see that separation right now between Jamie Horn and Andrew St. Cyr. Jamie Horn pitting a lap, I believe, a lap or 2 laps earlier than Andrew St. Cyr. Kind of reversing the schedule on him a little bit. I believe during that first stint, St. Cyr did come down first, and then Jamie Horn, and this time Horn first.
Eric Warman comes over the radio. He's going to be bringing it in. That's going to leave Chris Simon out on the track unless he decides to bring it down. That last lap by Eric Warman had been racing a 29.876. It was a 29.631 for Chris Simon. Jamie Horn ran almost a 29 flat the lap before that. Andrew St. Cyr with a 28.8 last lap by.
Yeah, and St. Cyr sitting behind Jamie Horn by about 2.2 seconds, and that is going down a whole lot. So I'm watching it right here on the Delta side of my screen. He's down to 2 seconds already since I've last said that. So already 2/10.
Yeah, it was a 4/10 gain for him that last lap. 29.3 for Jamie Horn this previous lap, and another 28.822 for Andrew St. Cyr. It's 3 consecutive 28.8 laps. That is really, really getting after it.
And he is
Andrew St. Cyr
flying.
Andrew St. Cyr not leaving anything out on the track as he is just letting it go. I mean, 28.8, I actually don't have access to the fastest lap during the race stats, but that's got to be up there. It's one of the fastest I've seen all night for sure.
I'm looking on my list right now. The fastest lap throughout this race is actually by Mr. Justin McMahon with a 28.63. And I believe the second fastest lap is going to go to Andrew St. Cyr with a 28.67.
But still, to be able to put in times like that this late into the race is still pretty impressive. And I know we talked about in the beginning of the race, Darlington, just such a rhythm track, so it's no surprise to me that the guys that we know so well to be such great rhythm drivers, Jamie Horn, Andrew St. Cyr, Kevin Thompson, Eric Warman, and Chris Simon, all doing such a great job here tonight. Nick Atwood also had a really strong run as well. I mean, up 6 spots from where he started in 12th. Josh Cully a little bit further back than I would say he wants to be right now. He's at 27 seconds behind the leader, but still started in 18th up to 7th.
Right along right here with Andrew St. Cyr. You could just hear how much he's babying that car going around, trying to save those tires, keep them cool, keep them fresh. He's only a second and a half away. You can see Jamie Horn through his front windshield just in front of Joe McKnight in front of him.
Brandon Trush in the comments saying, of course, Jamie is out front. Oh, car around on the backstretch, 51. That's going to be Joe McKnight going all the way into the inside wall.
And he is going to tow immediately, keep the green flag out.
It's like he got a little bit loose behind Andrew St. Cyr there. All the way around and into the inside wall.
It makes you wonder if Jamie Horn's kind of laying off a little bit right now. I know Andrew St. Cyr is that fast, but I always try to think it
100%.
is one pushing it a little too hard, is one not pushing it enough. Can Andrew St. Cyr keep this momentum throughout the rest of the race? Because if he can easily win this thing.
Their times have already started to get a little bit more similar, so you gotta wonder something like that, whether if Jamie's holding back a little bit or if Andrew's tires are starting to get a little bit warmed up. 29.208 for Andrew St. Cyr. Last lap and a 29.279 for Jamie Horn. Other thing to keep in mind as well, still got Eric Warman back there. 29 flat for Eric Warman. That last lap, he is flying around the track. Got a lot of time to make up, 11 seconds behind your leaders right now. But still very much in the run into this thing. Still plenty of racing to go. Lap 137 of 184. You got to remember, Kevin Thompson really has started to show his stripes tonight. About 30 to 40 laps into a run. He's out there running at 29.5 right now. You have to wonder if he's saving something in the tank to really let it go at the end. You just got to make sure you time it right and give yourself the space to do it.
St. Cyr just a little bit faster that lap, still trying to pull in Jamie Horn. I just heard Jamie Horn getting to the wall just a tiny bit there as he comes around the corner. Most times, a little bit of scrape here and there is not going to hurt you too much.
Currently have 6 cars on the lead lap. That is going to be Jamie Horn, Andrew St. Cyr, Eric Warman, Kevin Thompson, Chris Simon, and Nick Atwood running 1st through 6th, respectively. 7th place is going to be Josh Cully right now. He's going to be a lap down, as well as Justin McMahon in 8th and Steve Bonomo in 9th. Bill Gentry still going to be your biggest mover out there tonight, up 12 spots. He's running in 10th place, up from 22nd. He's 2 laps down. Mike Leftwich currently running in 11th. He's 3 laps down. Joe McKnight Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to call it a night. After that incident just a few laps ago, no caution flag needed or thrown. Joshua Hart and Gary Clune both still out there on the track in 13th and 14th. They are 14 and 17 laps down. After that, from 15 on back, they have called it a night.
I've been sitting here watching Chris Simon for just a little bit here. I've noticed something with his car throughout the night. This is an open setup league, so these guys, I just hear somebody spinning. I don't know who it is. I don't think it was any of our leaders, though.
I don't see anybody spinning.
It might have been somebody trying to lock it up to get down pit road there for a second, but I heard tires sliding across there. But going back to Chris Simon, looking at his car as he's going around these corners, you can see these sparks flying off the right side of his car. And as soon as I say that, the camera shifts away from it. But every corner he's been around, especially on that high side, some sparks flying off, which tells me his right rear ride height is probably a little bit lower than other people. And by doing so, he's going to increase his cross weight, which is going to make his car a little bit tighter, adds a little bit more steer in there as he goes around the corners.
You really can. You can hear the beating and banging that these cars are going through as they're getting around the track. Lap 144, 40 laps to go. Here tonight at Darlington Raceway for the North American Specialized 250. Starting to come down to the wire here. These tires are just going to keep getting older unless there's another caution. There's no reason for anybody else to come down pit road. You can see right there, Jamie Horn still leading this thing. Andrew Sinkcore pulls to within a second of Jamie Horn there. As you saw, the number 11 of Gary Clune unfortunately just went his 18th lap down in 14th as Jamie Horn was able to get around him. Gary Clune, teammate of Andrew Sinkcore on that Team BMP squad, was very quick to let his teammate go by.
Yeah, these guys can make some pit stop adjustments. I wouldn't be surprised to see some made during the race, especially with that right rear spring to raise the rear ride height just a little bit, especially seeing a little bit of scraping out there. Makes the car just a little bit more loose as they'll come around. And I know I like a loose car. Everybody likes things a little bit differently, but tracks like this kind of like to drive off that right rear just a little bit more. Seems like you have more rotation, more control over the car as you're going through the middle of the corners. And mid corners here are very important.
I know we've talked about that before. It's that kind of great until you hit that point of no return, especially after the newest update where you'll just start to feel your car, when you have those new tires, it almost feels like it's a little bit too tight. You're not quite getting that rotation into the corners that you really want. As the run goes on, tires start to wear, warm up a little bit, starts to get looser and looser, especially for a driver like yourself where you like it a little bit on the looser side. It starts to get great. It starts to get better and better as the run goes on until you hit that point of no return and you find yourself maybe 5 laps to go trying to make a run, and your tires have about the same tread level as a Bojangles biscuit.
Yeah, and there's some things that you can do while you're driving too to make some adjustments that can kind of patch you over for the time being. If you imagine putting a ball in the center of your car as you go around these tracks, driving into a corner too hard and getting on the brakes a little too hard into a corner, it's going to make that ball shift to the front right as you go around these corners, and that's going to wear out that front right tire a little bit more. And on the opposite side, driving out a little harder, it's going to wear out that right rear. So if you want to tighten up the car a little bit, you just drive into the corners a little bit harder. If you want to loosen up the car a little bit, especially on exit, you just kind of drive out a little bit harder for a few laps. And I would never suggest anybody do that because it's going to mess you up in the long run, but for a good patchwork for about 10 laps, it works out pretty well.
100%. But again, jumping up here to your race leader, Jamie Horn. Lead has shrunk in again. Now 0.8 of a second between Jamie Horn and Andrew Sinkcore. Eric Warman going to be about 8.9 seconds back behind the race leader. He is currently running in 3rd place. Kevin Thompson still in 4th right now. Jamie Horn running a 29.5 that last lap. Kevin Thompson with a 24.46. Still plenty of get up and go left in that car. Eric Warman still putting down really, really fast laps. Got a long way to go, like we were saying. What once was a 10-second gap just a few laps ago is now an 8.7-second gap. As he was another 0.2 faster than your race leaders on that last lap by.
Yeah, and he's got about 10 laps fresher tires than Jamie Horn. About 7 laps fresher tires than St. Cour in front of him. Kevin Thompson not really gaining the time I thought he would be gaining at this point. But at the same time, that first stint seemed like he held on for a very long time and then just punched it there at the end.
I mean, for him to still be able to be running, I mean, we saw him run the longest green flag run out of anybody that first big green flag stint that we had. I mean, he was putting down times. He was putting down 29.5s on 75 lap old tires. And I mean, there's guys out here currently that are on, what, about 30, 35 lap old tires that are running that same time. Jamie Horn, 29.5 last lap by.
You see Kevin Thompson there approaching Stephen Bonomo, Joshua Hart right behind him in that 32 machine. Hitting a top speed of 189 down the backstretch.
Phew. And just watching this kind of battle go back and forth between Andrew St. Cour and Jamie Horn. Seems like when they enter, at least from what I can see in my view here, it looks like Andrew St. Cour really starts to pull in on entry. Wonder if he's just sending it in a little bit harder than Jamie is, maybe trying to keep it a little bit lower on the track. Whereas you can see Jamie Horn letting it go all the way almost up to the wall on entry. But it seems like once they get in the straightaways and they get back into the throttle, it just seems like Jamie Horn is able to get back in the throttle. You can probably see it right here as they go around the corner. Andrew St. Cour able to pull in. And then as soon as they get back in the throttle, you see that distance start to widen again.
As you can see on the right side of your screen there, I got the deltas pulled up between Jamie Horn and Andrew St. Cour right now. Jamie Horn out to about a 9/10 of a lead. And those bars are just about equal there on that graph, which tells me this has been about a steady run for the past 6 laps at least. We'll try to pull up the sectors here for you to see just how fast they are compared to each other. Jamie Horn faster through half the track, and St. Cour faster through the other half. Yeah, about the same. I mean, they're about even. It's like Jamie Horn's faster through 1 and 2, and then St. Cour catches them.
I think that makes a lot of sense, too. I mean, like I was saying just a few minutes ago, I mean, it seems like you can see Andrew St. Cour start to pull in, especially going into entry, and then Jamie Horn just able to really get back into the throttle and pull right back out there. Andrew St. Cour able to shrink that lead to 0.8 of a second over the past several laps. It just seems like he cannot quite get Jamie Horn reeled in, but there is still a lot of racing left to do. Going to be lap 160 when we cross the strike this next time by, giving us only 24 laps left to go. But you also have to consider the other thing, which is that these guys have been going around the track for a while at this point, and there's going to be lap cars out there. One of the lap cars Jamie Horn's going to be pulling up to in just a few seconds. Nick Atwood in that number 91 machine. He's currently your last car on the lead lap, running in 6th place. Also a teammate of Mr. Andrew St. Cour, so you have to wonder if there can be some strategy here.
I don't know if Nick Atwood's going to go that far and do that, but about to be lapped and everything, but I would like to see these two guys race it out to the end. I mean, it looks like St. Cour has something for Jamie Horn here. It's just a matter of time when he's going to push it, but we do have 24 laps left to go while we come down to those last 24 laps since I did not do it earlier, just a quick flashback to last race. Here at Darlington, Andrew St. Clair did get the pole position. Jamie Horn on the outside of him starting out that race. That was back in April. And St. Clair getting out to a very big lead, but there was a few caution flags that's going to slow them down just a little bit. Including this one here with Shane Parrish, also with teammates Nick Atwood running into some trouble there. That's Chris Leftwich, Tyler Millette getting around. Their nights ended just a little bit early, causing almost a parking lot there coming out of turn 2. But in the end, Adam Thompson able to bring it home and drive that thing to the end. He was mad fast all night, burns it down. Definitely helped his playoff run here. I hate to see him out so early tonight, but looking forward to get Adam Thompson back here in the playoffs next week as we head to Gateway.
100%. I believe I've actually remembered him saying some comments before about how he really enjoys Gateway. And if he is out there in the broadcast, I'm sure he will correct me if he hasn't said that. But always a great interview. Adam Thompson, really, really funny guy. Always glad to have him up there in the booth. But these guys out here still battling for their podium finishes or interview spots, whichever you want to call them. Andrew St. Clair was able to pull that lead in just a little bit. He had it down to a little bit over 0.6 of a second 2 laps ago, but now back to 0.849 that last lap by Eric Warman. Still moving forward. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to catch him unless there is something that goes on. Still 8.4 seconds behind. And like you said, Kevin Thompson, who we've seen have such an incredible late run on these big green flag stints. Looks like he's been woed up a little bit this time and has not put down those same blazing fast times that he has in the later part of the green flag run. He's able to get around the number 9 machine of Steve Minomo right there and get back in the run, but has 17 seconds to go to get back up to the leaders.
Yeah, going to Eric Warman here, sitting in 3rd place too. Looks like his pace has kind of fell off just a little bit. Still running a little bit faster than Andrew St. Clair and Jamie Horn, but not by much anymore. He's still out to about 8 seconds behind those guys. Going to have to do some work to catch up, and it looks like he's putting it down to the pedal right, or putting the pedal to the metal right now.
100%. I mean, at this point, it's go time. There's no more waiting around. There's no more saving tires. I mean, it's time to let it eat. Whatever's left in those tires, whatever's left in the car, whatever's left in your overall bicep, tricep strength. Wipe off the seat. It's been sweaty. It's Darlington, 95% humidity. It's time to go. Lap 167, just a few laps to go here before we close this thing out here in the North American Specialized 250.
Watching Chris Simon here. Looks like his car's getting a little tight, trying to get around those corners, still floating the high side. He's about 19 seconds out. About 2.5 behind Kevin Thompson, who's sitting in 4th place right now. And he's trying to chase down Eric Warman.
And while that battle's going on back there, cut up to the front of the racetrack, Jamie Horn has caught up to Nicholas Atwood. Just actually saw Nicholas Atwood get into the wall.
Oh,
just a little bit there.
That's going to pay off for Andrew St. Clair right there as Jamie Horn gets into the wall. Going to slow him down a lot. I don't know if Jamie Horn has damage. We have got a battle.
Like I said, between everything there, we've got a battle going on now. Andrew St. Clair able to eliminate the lead of Jamie Horn. Been so consistently about 0.8 of a second over the last 20 laps. You saw Nicholas Atwood in front of Jamie Horn touch the wall, and then Jamie Horn just around the next corner grabbed the wall as well. Andrew St. Clair now looking to the inside, trying to see if he can find a way around Jamie Horn. Andrew St. Clair touches the wall there. That 0.8 of a second lead is gone here with only 13 laps to go. If I'm Jamie Horn, I'm thinking I need to find whatever way I can do start putting a buffer between myself and Andrew St. Cyr. Andrew St. Cyr has turned it on completely. Full tenth of a second faster last lap.
I'm just waiting to see him shoot down to the bottom side as he gets to him right there, just a little bit to the bumper.
Yeah, Andrew St. Cyr made it all the way to the bumper right there, but wasn't able to cut it up high or low quick enough to make a move. Lands right square in the bumper of Jamie Horn. Nicholas Atwood gets out of the way for Jamie Horn and his teammate Andrew St. Cyr. They're both going to get their way around.
Oh, Jamie Horn very loose here as we cut over to his cockpit. I want to see if he's got any kind of damage there. Using that
Jamie
wall
Horn
just to
touching
rotate.
the wall again.
Yeah, using it just to rotate just a little bit, but it looks like he's steering a lot harder than he was earlier. I know those tires are worn, but I am wondering if he's got damage.
The other thing to consider while all this battle is going on up here, Andrew St. Cyr going to try to look to the inside. Don't think he's going to be able to quite hold it to be able to try to make the pass. Eric Warman now almost a second faster than our leaders at this point. He's closed his gap down to 5.1 seconds. Kevin Thompson gained 2 seconds in the past 2 laps. They're trying to get back up there and make a move.
He's
Andrew
going to
St.
try
Cyr
it.
trying to make his move for the lead.
He's got to hold it in here.
He's got the nose down. He's got it side by side. They almost touch.
He's going to have the advantage running in here, but I don't know if he's going to get to the high side in time.
He's going to clear him. Andrew St. Cyr going to take the lead away from Jamie Horn here on lap 175. 9 laps to go. Does Jamie Horn have anything left in the tank that he can run him back down with? He's got Nicholas Atwood, that's teammate of Andrew St. Cyr, right behind him. Eric Warren now only 4.7 seconds behind the leaders. It's looking like Andrew St. Cyr starting to put a gap on Jamie Horn.
Yeah, and I don't know for sure, but since that hit that Jamie Horn took to the wall, man, he's been significantly slower looking at his times here. I mean, we're talking about 5/10 slower that last lap.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen Jamie Horn run in the 30s for most of the night here. Andrew St. Cyr almost immediately out to 0.4 of a second of a lead. Eric Warman still coming in fast, 4.7 seconds behind. Kevin Thompson, another second. He's only 14 seconds behind. Lap 177 here. We are coming up on the close of this race. They've been going back and forth all night long. Andrew St. Cyr almost out to a second lead already. BMAC in the comments. Cheering him on. Go, Andrew. Little praying hands and the smiley emoji as well.
Yeah, look at the wheel here for Andrew St. Cyr compared to Jamie Horn back here. We'll try to get a good comparison here as we go into turn 1. It looks like St. Cyr using a lot less input to get around these corners. Tells me he's saving a lot. Definitely has some of the tank. Jamie Horn having to turn that wheel a little bit more to get around.
I say Jamie Horn still able to kind of hold it consistent. They're able to stay out in front of Nicholas Atwood. That is not for position right there. Nicholas Atwood is a lap down. He's currently running in 6th place. Still a good run for him tonight, but Andrew St. Cyr has absolutely taken off. He has over a second of a lead on Jamie Horn. Jamie Horn continuing to drift back a little bit, but Andrew St. Cyr absolutely putting the pedal to the metal. He's able to take away that gap that Eric Warman and Kevin Thompson were able to pick up as well. Eric Warman back to 5 seconds. Kevin Thompson back to 15 seconds. Lap 179. It's going to be lap 180 when we cross the stripe here. Only 5 laps to go here at the Darlington Raceway in the North American Specialized 250. Coming down to crunch time for Andrew St. Cyr. All you can do is just pray there's not a yellow flag. Almost 1.5 seconds of a lead. I mean, if that doesn't tell you that he's just been sitting back there saving, waiting for his moment. And unfortunately for Jamie, but wonderful for Andrew, he got his moment when Jamie touched the wall there. And Andrew has just completely taken off. Jamie Horn even letting Nick Atwood go around him at this point.
Yeah, no need to waste his tires trying to hold him up. He's got to worry about a charging Eric Warman right now. currently only 2.78 seconds behind. And he's caught about 4/10 in the past 2 laps here.
He's only got a couple laps to do it, but I mean, the gap that Andrew St. Cour's been able to put down in just a couple laps, I mean, he's going to be 2 seconds past here this next lap by. He is over 2 seconds, actually. Almost a little over 2 full seconds ahead of Jamie Horn now. 29.986 for Andrew St. Cour and 30.3 for Jamie Horn. I mean, Eric Warman able to almost gain 5/10 that last lap by.
I mean, look how much faster Eric Warman is, though, than all of them, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to still be putting down 29.8s. Kevin Thompson putting down 29.7s. Unfortunately, just a little bit too late for Kevin Thompson, but definitely not too late for Andrew St. Cour. Ran patient all night long. Has built this gap out significantly. 2.2 seconds ahead of Jamie Horn here in this first race of the Group 6 Cup Series playoffs. They're going to cross the stripe that last time. That is going to bring out the white flag. Andrew St. Cour 2.2 seconds ahead of Jamie Horn. He bided his time. He waited for his chance. He got his chance, and he is going to take the win and the checkered flag here in the North American Specialized 250. Andrew St. Cour, your race winner tonight. Jamie Horn going to bring it home in second place. Eric Warman coming home in third. Kevin Thompson going to finish in fourth place. Chris Simon in fifth. Nick Atwood going to come home sixth place. Justin McMahon in seventh. Josh Cully going to get the eighth place finish. Stephen Bonomo going to finish ninth. And Mike Leftwich going to finish in 10th. What a race for Andrew St. Cour. What a race for Team BMP. What a way to tee off these playoffs. He's going to pull right up to that checkered flag line and that Darlington, that Cookout logo, and he is going to burn it down as he should. What a run by Andrew St. Cour.
Ten out of 10 burnout.
Absolutely no notes. Sean Thompson in the comments saying, congratulations to Andrew. Good run, Kevin. Really great run by Team BMP tonight. I mean, 3 drivers going to finish in the top 6. Nick Atwood getting 6th. Kevin Thompson going to come home in 4th place tonight. And Andrew St. Cour. Again, what a run from him tonight. Constantly chasing Jamie Horn. Jamie Horn, your winner of both stages tonight. Definitely led the most laps here tonight. Led most of this race. Andrew St. Cour bided his time and was patient and waited for his moment. We talked about in the beginning of the race how it's tough to be patient at Darlington. So tough to pass here. Andrew St. Cour says, screw you guys. I'm going to be patient and wait for my moment and know when to go. And boy, did he take his shot there. Able to take home the victory here tonight in the North American Specialized 250 for our first race of the playoffs in the Group 6 Cup Series.
Yeah, I think you got the top 3 there. Kevin Thompson, the 4th place finish. Chris Simon, 5th place. Nick Atwood, 6th. Got Justin McMahon coming home in 7th place. Josh Cully, 8th. Stephen Bonomo, 9th. Mike Leftwich in 10th. Bill Gentry's going to bring it home in 11th place. Joshua Hart, 12th. Gary Clune, 13th. Joe McKnight, 14th. Adam Thompson, 15th. William McKellar the 4th in 16th, Gary Armijo 17th, Daniel Wilkerson coming home in 18th tonight. Got Richard Leclerc in 19th, Chris Leftwich going to round out your top 20. 21st, Zach Miller, 22nd, Tony Martin, and 23rd, Adam Gardner. And we will try to pull up some of these drivers for interviews, but in the meantime, we are going to get everything set up, and we will be right back. And we are back here on the Doghouse Racing TV with the conclusion of this Darlington race. I do have your top 3 coming up here to the booth, starting out with your 3rd place finisher, Eric Warman. Eric, you got a copy of this in the booth?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, congratulations on 3rd place tonight. You had a rocket ship out there for a lot of the parts tonight. We're looking at the times there in the last couple of laps, and you were running about a 10th faster than the leader, Andrew St. Cyr, there at the very end. Talk to us about that run and how it was going through, especially the later stages there.
Oh, I figured we'd have to do something different. Jamie came in, short pitted. I should have probably followed Andrew, went down and pitted at the same time he did and tried to work with him going through. Just the arrow griefing is bad. I mean, you get behind somebody, you just can't do anything, and you're just looking for clean air. That's why I couldn't get around Gary there for a while. It was just I'd lose the car or get really, really tight. But thank the Lord we had a really great setup. It was a fast one. Just the aero griefing is definitely a thing with this new build.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people get kind of loose tonight, especially pulling up to the bumpers of cars. A lot of guys getting tight as the run goes on. Did you make any adjustments when you went through the pits, or think about making any adjustments?
Yeah, we made a little bit of track bar adjustment here and there, and probably should have done a tire pressure adjustment on that last stop, but I wasn't expecting it to get so tight. But I was pushing it kind of hard, trying to catch back up.
Yeah, definitely had a fast car here tonight, but we're heading to Gateway next week. You've already got a really good point standing for these playoffs, going into race 2 of 10 for these playoffs. How do you think Gateway is going to pan out for you?
Well, it seems like we have a pretty fast car. Just depends on if this update changed anything on it. Hopefully it didn't, but if it did, we'll get it figured out, and hopefully have another great run.
Absolutely, man. We're looking forward to it. And before I let you go, any sponsors or shout outs you would like to give?
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank our Lord Jesus Christ for saving a sinner such as me, my wife, my kids, for letting me do this. The league, all the admins, you guys for the broadcast. I want to say thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that's gone through some crazy stuff the last 2 days. And want to definitely thank Premier for the setups. Definitely, if you guys are looking for some setups, you got 2 builders for the Cup side, so you got 2 choices to try to get whatever setup works for you best.
Awesome, man. Congratulations again tonight on P3 and getting a really good start here for this playoff run. And looking forward to talking to you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
You guys have a great night.
you too.
Take care, man.
That is going to be Eric Warman finishing third place tonight. Man, great run by him. We always know he knows how to save tires better than anyone out there. Saving them up there to the end, had a rocket ship there at the very end, catching the leaders pretty quickly. Just didn't have enough time to get all the way to them. But I don't know. I probably should have asked him while I was there, but I feel like Eric's pretty good at Gateway, so I expect to see him up there on the podium again next week. Coming up next, though, I do have your second place finisher in Mr. Jamie Horn. So I pull him up here to the booth. Jamie, you got a copy of this in the booth?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, it was a fantastic run, it seemed like, until it wasn't. Talk to us about that last stint and what was going through your mind there.
I mean, car was good. My fault. I burned up the tires. I had some lap cars in front of me. Yeah, I really don't understand why somebody 14, 15 laps down chooses to run in the racing line and not give it up. But at the end of the day, it's his track too. So he has every right to run where he wants to run. I just burn it up trying to get around him, and that's on me, my mistake. But it is what it is. Had a good night though. I don't like the track, so finishing second, I'm happy. But I had a pretty good bit of fun tonight.
Yeah, it seems like it's been a chess match between you and Andrew St. Cour this whole season. First time going through the pits, you pitted a lap after him. Second time for that second stint, you pitted before him. Talk to us about the strategy in pitting tonight.
Yeah, I knew whenever he pit one lap before me, I was going to have to go in. And being the leader, it's kind of hard because you want to stay out as long as you can to have fresher tires longer, but you don't know what somebody's going to do behind you. And usually when that second place guy comes in, depending on the track, but especially somewhere like here where tires matter so much that you got to come in soon after, you're going to lose so much time. And the second time, I knew I wanted to go before him, so I was watching every lap, hoping he wasn't going to go before me, and got me back out to the front, and just didn't work out then. But I love racing with Andrew. We always have good, clean battles, and I respect him a lot, and so glad to see he was able to pull it off. And sucks for, leading most of the race and coming home second, but it is what it is. You have those.
Absolutely, man. I saw on, it was maybe 10 to go. It looked like you got to the wall just a little bit there and hit the right side. And from there on, that seems like where you lost the most amount of time. Did you take any damage there?
I had to have damaged something. I'd hit it whenever I was behind the 11, and that was where it first started going downhill. Was there, and then that second time, it didn't say I had any damage, but I'm sure I did something somewhere. It doesn't take much with these cars, and really and honestly, it was just the right front burn up. I really burn it up, and again, it mistake on my behalf, and lesson learned. And next time I'll do something a little different behind some lap cars. But yeah, I don't think it was the damage that caused it. I think it was me not making a smart decision earlier on in the race.
Absolutely. Well, heading to Gateway next week. Excited for second round of the playoffs, and still a good finish here tonight in second place to get you a good old head start in the playoffs here behind Andrew St. Cour. But before I let you go, anybody you would like to thank or any shout outs you'd like to give?
Oh yeah, thank y'all for everything y'all do with the broadcast. Enjoy going back and watching it. Really like the promo y'all put out today. It looked awesome. Shout out to our sponsors, Group6, Nap Daddy Racing, Shoney's Butt Kicker, SSR Designs, Trackside, NASCAR Outlet, everybody that sponsors the league. It really helps keep everything going. Congrats to Andrew on the win, and Eric on third place. And want to thank all my teammates for everything they do, all the practice we put in each week, trying to make sure we bring fast cars to the track. And shout out to my mom at home watching.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations again, and looking forward to seeing you up here next week.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Take care, man.
You too.
That's going to be Jamie Horn finishing second place tonight. I mean, great run all night. I know he's a little disappointed, but that's the standard that Jamie sets for himself. You know, you expect to come out here and be fast every single night. Second place sometimes don't feel like he's good enough, but it's a good head start and some tough competition that finished in front of him tonight in Mr. Andrew St. Cyr, who we do have coming up here next to the booth. So I pull him up here now. Andrew, you got a copy of this in the booth?
Yeah, I got you.
Welcome back to the interview, the podium booth here tonight. But good run all night. You were behind about 8 tenths behind Jamie Horn for most of that race, and it seemed like within a matter of 2 laps, closed that gap in and finally able to get around and just pulled away. Talk to us about that run there.
Yeah, obviously, really excited to get the win. First playoff race, and I needed those. Obviously, I need those points, those playoff points for, you know, if there's any chance at all of catching Jamie. I mean, he's been so good all year, and it's, you know, I didn't get. He got both the first 2 stages, so, you know, there was, it really was just going to be the same old. If I finish second to him, you know, he gets the stages, I finish second, he just keeps padding his lead in the playoffs. And, you know, so I really had to, you know, I guess bear down and, you know, try to do something at the end. And I was, you know, Kev in Discord was just telling me to just focus. And Nick was saying the same thing, because I was getting pretty frustrated with dirty air and just some situations on track with, you know, I don't know whether it could have been avoided or not, but just some other traffic on the track. And anyway, long story short, I guess I kind of backed it down the last run. It didn't quite push as hard as long as I did for the first 2 runs, trying to save a little bit. And I felt like that definitely helped for those final probably 15 laps or so, because I was able to, like you said, I was able to get from that, you know, 1 second, 9 tenths, 8 tenths area where I was for a long time, down to, you know, once I started getting into that 4 or 5 tenths, then I was able to get up to 2 tenths and 1 tenth. And he had lap traffic in front of him too that he was battling with, and that allowed me to get up there. And but I think, you know, in fairness, that happened all race. It happened numerous times, I think, to him, to me, you know, times where he would get by somebody and then I kind of get stuck in their wake and I really couldn't make a move. And it's lap traffic here is it's really, it's dirty air is what it is. It's not even lap traffic. It's sometimes I think situations where, I'll be honest, where lap cars have to be a little bit more aware of where they're at, their surroundings, you know, multiple laps down, you know, maybe just, you know, move over in a safe place to do it if you're not battling for position. Now, mind you, if you're lap down and you're battling for staying in the lead lap, and totally understandable, and I would do the same thing. But anyway, long story short, no, you know, we had a heck of a long green flag run. I think we had a caution in lap 4 or lap 5, and I think we might have had one more around lap 20, if I'm correct.
You're right.
And then it went green. So how can you be upset about that? Like, it went green, right?
Yeah.
So how many times are you in races like this where it's just caution after caution after caution? And, you know, so that's just a credit to the group in this league. And, you know, it's hats off to everybody for keeping it clean like that through the entire run. Anyway, yeah, so I really I felt like I needed that win. Whether I got it or not, I didn't know until, you know, the end there, but I just felt like I really needed it, because I didn't think, I mean, I'm looking at the tracks coming up. Like, I'm not going to lie, Gateway is not a fan favorite for me. Bristol, you know, I feel like from the last time we were there, Jamie was, I don't know if he won, but he finished, you know, whether it was close to Jonathan or second or something. But he lapped me like I was awful. So I, you know, this is a race that if I didn't feel next week very good. I don't feel Bristol would be one of my favorite tracks or one of my best tracks. So I need to start the playoffs with a little bit of momentum, and thankfully it worked out for me tonight. I don't know how, because like it wasn't, I battled all night, you know, and I made adjustments to loosen the car on every pit stop. The last pit stop, I felt like I loosened it too much, and then it really started to come in after about 20 more laps where it just felt amazing. So I guess something worked at the end there. But anyway, that's I talked a lot there, but hopefully that gives you some insight. And yeah, no, it's a lot of fun racing with Jamie. It always is.
Absolutely, man. But we're excited for you, and getting that first playoff win definitely going to help you out in the playoffs. Always good to start with a win. I mean, you can't beat that at all. So going to get you boosted up there in the points. Heading to Gateway next week. I think you'll fare out pretty well there, if I'm being honest. And before I let you go, any shout outs or sponsors you'd like to give?
Yeah, I just want to thank the guys for the hard clean racing tonight. Like I said earlier, thank Daniel, Jamie, the rest of the admins. Thank you guys for a great broadcast. I always go back and watch this, win or lose, or just to kind of listen to your commentating, and I always enjoy it. So, and of course, got to thank BMP, Beast Mode, and thank the team, Kev, Gary, Nick, Adam. Unfortunately had some has some things going on right now, and I really just want to shout out to Adam Gardner. I hope everything gets better for him, and he's there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and it's keeps his head up, and everything will work out for him, and we're always here for him. So just want to shout out to Adam, and that's pretty well it. Oh, and I'm sure B Mac's watching, so shout out to her as well. So
Absolutely, B Mac is watching.
Can't forget her. So
yeah, she actually put in the comments here, hoping that the Wi-Fi works on the WestJet next week or next Thursday. She doesn't want to miss a race, so I'm assuming a WestJet is an airplane.
Yeah, it's an airline up here in Canada. So
anyway,
I actually didn't know she was going anywhere, so I'll have to check in on her.
Yeah, that is commitment to get Wi-Fi on the airplane to watch this race. So
yeah, imagine paying for that just for this.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Big Mac. If you're still out there in the comments, we appreciate it. So good run tonight,
awesome.
man.
I appreciate it too.
Yeah, way to get some points on the board and everything, and looking forward to talking to you next week.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Take care.
And that is going to be Andrew St. Cyr bringing it home tonight in first place. And I mean, we talked about that chess match that's been going on for the whole season, it seems like, between Andrew St. Cyr and Jamie Horn. Tonight, Andrew St. Cyr going to get the better of it. But it is still 9 races to go in this playoffs. We know how dangerous Jamie Horn is. Eric Warman, we know how dangerous Eric Warman can be too. Kevin Thompson picking up 2 wins this season. He has a good shot. We saw how fast he was here tonight at a very difficult track. So a lot of season left to go, or a lot of playoff season left to go, I should say. And I think it's just heating up.
100%. Still plenty of racing left to do, and like you talked about, I mean, that Andrew St. Cyr and Jamie Horn battle all season long is incredible to watch. I mean, that's just really great TV right there. If you don't enjoy that, then you don't enjoy good racing. So it's really incredible to see that on night 1 of the playoffs here at Darlington. And talked about it in the beginning, man. Lady in Black can't be tamed, and Andrew and Jamie did such a good job to be able to get through all that tonight. Again, shout out to Eric Warman and Kevin Thompson as well for getting out there and running a great race. Chris Simon coming home in 5th place. Weird race in terms of like the timing of how the pit stops and everything ended up lining up. I mean, 6th place, Nick Atwood ended up finishing a lap down, but still a really great race by everybody. I mean, Justin, man, had a really good run tonight, ended up getting home with a top 10. Josh Cully in a surprise to nobody, up 10 spots in 8th place. Mike Leftwich up 6 spots, getting the top 10. Bill Gentry up 11 spots. I believe he was probably our biggest mover for the night. Came home in 11th place. And just really good night of racing, really exciting. The battles were awesome, the different strategies and everything. Like you said, it's a chess match out there. So being able to see these guys put on another great show, it just makes it even more exciting for what's to come. And I know the NASCAR trackside out 150 at Gateway next week is going to be a doozy.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's actually one of my favorite tracks, at least on my top 5-ish, we'll say top 6 favorite tracks to go to personally to race at. But I don't know how other people feel about it, so we're going to see how that fares out next week. But before we get out of here, why don't you tell us about our sponsors when we're done?
Happy to do it, sir. Again, thank you to everybody who joined with us here tonight. We had a really good viewership here tonight. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Liking helps the channel so much, helps get us boosted up there. And the streaming means a lot to the algorithm and all the powers that be for everyone battling for views. So thank you for liking and commenting and cheering on your drivers. Subscribe to Doghouse Racing TV so you don't miss any of the upcoming playoff action that we have out here. We really appreciate it very much. Our sponsors for the league and for the race. Again, this is the Group 6 Cup Series here on Doghouse Racing. Group 6 is a leading creative agency, and they are passionate about crafting cutting-edge websites, developing dynamic web solutions, and providing top-tier managed hosting services. Their mission is to help businesses of all sizes enhance their online presence. Explore the wide range of services they offer at group6inc.com and see how they can help drive your digital success. Again, huge shout out to Group 6 for being the series sponsor this year, supporting us all the way through as we come home to the championship in just a few weeks. Special shout out as well to North American Specialized for being our race sponsor here tonight. This was the North American Specialized 250 here at Darlington Raceway. North American Specialized is your one-stop shop for all freight movement needs. They're an asset-based brokerage with locations in Warren, Michigan, and Laredo, Texas. Ready to move your freight big or small, from dry vans to sprinter vans and even double drop Conestogas, you name it, they move it. Backed by experience, equipment, and excellence when it comes to freight, North American Specialized delivers. Visit www.naslcorp.com to learn more today. Again, shout out to North American Specialized for being our race sponsor tonight. We are also very proud in the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open for daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations. Try their fresh prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Longtime friend and supporter of the Doghouse Racing League. Thank you to Shoney's for continuing to be a friend of the brand over here. Also very proud to be sponsored over here by Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker, longtime friend and sponsor of the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series. If you want to take your sim racing experience to the next level, be sure to check out the best name in racing haptics at their website, thebuttkicker.com. I promise you, if you go pick yourself up something over there today, you will not be sorry. They're a longtime friend and supporter of the brand and the very best in the industry. Be sure to head on over there and check them out today. Thank you again to Butt Kicker for being a longtime friend and sponsor of the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series. And shameless self-plug at the end of these races. For those that don't know, myself and John make up Nap Daddy Racing. The broadcasting is something that we have gotten into over the course of about the last 8 or 9 months or so, something that we're very passionate about. That's something that we enjoy very much. So shout out to the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series for really giving us our shot in the industry. But originally we were a iRacing design shop only. We've expanded to try to be your one-stop shop for any and all iRacing needs. Check out the website Nap Daddy Racing, KNAPPDADDYRACING.com for any and all of your custom design, template, or logo needs for iRacing or anything really. Even if we can't do it, we'll at least take a look at it and give you an honest answer about it. Be sure to grab the free content that is available on the website as well. It continues to grow each and every week. And even if you're not into iRacing yourself, you can be sure to grab a t-shirt, a hat, help support the brand, help support the fellas, help John get some money in his daughter's college fund, and help me pay for dog food for 3 dogs. We appreciate it, and we appreciate the Doghouse Racing League for giving us our shot and continuing to have us here week in and week out. Check us out here each and every Thursday night on Doghouse Racing TV, on our own channel on Monday nights for the Nap Daddy Racing League, and live on TikTok as often as we can / feel like.
Is a way to put it. As much as we feel like or capable of actually doing. But yeah, man, fun race here at Darlington tonight. Darlington never disappoints, as you said in the comments earlier. Good finish there at the end too, but I don't expect anything less from this group, especially keeping it green flag throughout the majority of this run, with the exception of 2 early cautions, which I mean, early, but still, yeah, a lot of good racing. Excited for the next 9 races coming up here in the Doghouse Racing League. But you can catch us right here next Thursday night. We're going to be at Gateway. That's going to start at 7:45 Eastern time on Doghouse Racing TV. We're going to see these drivers take on round 2 at Gateway. Going to be a little bit different of a track, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I love Gateway.
it's sure to be a really good time. I mean, Gateway is always really fun. That's one of the ones I love being up in the spotter booth for. I do not have the skill to be out there and drive around like these guys do or like you do, but always fun to watch, and looking forward to continuing on to week 2 of the playoffs. Looking forward to it a lot.
Absolutely, man. Well, we're about to get out of here. That's going to be just about it for us tonight. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, all the things you're supposed to do on YouTube right here on Doghouse Racing TV. And excited to be back next week to get these playoffs going and keep going and just see what's going to happen, man. It is up in the air. But I guess that is going to be it for this tonight. For the last time, I've been John.
And I've been Hunter.
And we will see you guys next time.
Take care, everybody. Thompson and St. Cour side by side, racing it out. Who has the faster car to finish this thing? St. Cour is gonna bring it home in first. What a race at the end of that thing. Caution, caution, caution. Come around the corner. Jamie Horn is going to be your winner here at the Mars Properties 200.